Huh?
Hello.
Hey.
Hey! How's it going?
Going good. How are you guys?
Good, good.
Something sounds different about your mic, Opa.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's like you're talking through a headset mic.
I am? Always?
Interesting.
Is it bad?
No, it's just different.
Oh.
Your audio used to be more clear. I don't know.
Oh.
why.
Woken says Miki sounds crisper.
Hey,
Renea.
I'm probably just not tired for once in my life. I don't know.
Testing, testing.
Hello.
Hi.
Yeah.
Have you guys been able to hear me before? Or is it just now?
Just now.
Just now.
Just now.
Oh, for fuck's sake. God, I love it when my mic just decides to just be non-functional. Yeah.
That's fair.
At least it works now.
It has now arrived at functionality.
It's with you also sound different.
I'm using the mic I always use.
I think... Wait, I feel
Both
like you
Opa
all sound
and-
normal to me, so I don't know.
Hmm.
Maybe it's
Might I
your...
come with a hypothesis? Maybe it's your stuff, Mickey, that sounds
Yeah.
different.
No, Saf sounds normal to me.
Well,
Are you sure about that?
Well, she's never quite been normal, has she? Okay, she sounds what she
what?
usually does.
Huh? I sound abnormal, is what you're saying.
Right.
And so does the others. So we're all sounding abnormal, which means maybe it's something wrong with your headset.
Nah.
Oh.
So are we just sitting here and waiting for me to say something? Is that where we're
Yeah.
at right now? Oh, interesting.
do you think?
I'm just adjusting everyone's volume. Chat, if there's a person you can't hear very clearly, let me know and I'll adjust their volume.
Right then. If everybody's ready, let's have a quick recap. It's been a while, I imagine.
Yes.
Alright, so last time we left off before Christmas, so almost 3 weeks ago. Oh my god. You had all just quote unquote cleansed Darkmond and proceeded to venture out after saying a heartfelt goodbye to those you cared about. So definitely not Kira, definitely Jimmy, and nobody else. So basically no one. Anyway, you decided to wait for a ship and crossing your fingers based on Oren's premonition that sailing on the waters might be the more correct option to choose. But after some debating back and forth, you decided, after a certain time, if no ship had arrived, you'd proceed through land even though the journey would be twice as long. 7 days by sea or 14 days across the land, spanning across mountain ranges and vast open plains and whatever may be in your path. Being escorted by Jimmy out of the city, who kept sweeping down, taking care of whatever was lurking in the darkness, escorting you out of the city. You finally reached the edge and had your goodbye with Jimmy, who in some slight awkward manner gave a hug and ran off, slowly transforming one body part and limb at a time before taking off in his fashionable, wonky fashion. You took your first rest out in the open, finally no longer in seemingly imminent danger from your surroundings, where you had, each one of you, a dream. To some of you, familiar dreams that you have spent time in before. And for some of you, first time having these strange interactions in these unknown places. Putting that aside, the following day, as everything seemed to be a normal day where you could head off on your journey towards Eastwatch, snow began to fall. But it's the middle of the summer. And that's where we left off. You guys just packing up your campsite, preparing to head out with snow slowly falling around you. The scene is yours, and you may do as you please.
All right.
I look around.
Hmm.
Is it me or did it get a bit cold all of a sudden?
Yeah,
Because
I can see the snow. I mean,
it is summer, right?
yeah. I guess.
I mean, your guess is better than mine.
I don't know how these things work.
Yes, it was summer yesterday.
Just, I look down at the ground, look up at the sky. Is it overcast and snowing? Is there any, like, is the cloud cover complete, or can you see through the clouds?
It's like sparse, some white clouds, but nothing that signifies like a storm on its way, carrying with it a blizzard. It's just like slightly cloudy with white clouds.
What?
Hmm.
I mean, for what it's worth, it's definitely snowing. I can say this for sure.
Something
Not
doesn't
exactly
seem
sure how
right.
it got to this point, but you know. I kneeled.
Is it like real snow?
Good question. I kneeled down and like try to make a snowball. And when I complete it, I'm going to just lightly lob it at beer, just like a test snowball.
Okay, make a ranged attack. First roll of the year. Let's go, snowball.
Oh, natural 20, please.
I'm not even like. I'm not doing like a hard throw. It's just like a snowball. Which will be a +6. $17.
No, 17 hit you, beer.
That does.
Just
Do you
like
die from it?
underhand lobs a snowball at you.
Bear hasn't never had a snowball fight, so he just looks at it as it hits his face, like straight in the middle. I mean,
Did that feel cold, beer?
does it? GM?
Yes. There's a
Yeah.
slight chilling sensation. Granted, you
It's,
have thick fur and
it-
skin, but yeah.
I think it's real snow.
I think we can establish this as being real snow.
That's pretty cool.
Can I look around the area, see
Literally.
if I spot any other creature nearby?
Make a perception check. Second roll of the year, let's go. I'm gonna keep counting until
Yeah.
you're like 3,694. No, 16. As you look around, there doesn't seem to be any animals out in these now slightly white covered open plains around you.
How strange. I didn't. Maybe it's common for this area? Early snow?
I guess, yeah. Well,
Luna just looks like one big question mark and go like, well, I guess we just need to keep going,
yeah.
right?
No point in
The direction's
wasting
still
any
the
more
same as
time.
before, right?
Yep.
You still hadn't quite decided whether or not you're going to traverse the mountain range that were directly south, or take the detour around it as you had been directed was an option that would lead towards more open plains, but you would avoid the mountains, but it would be slightly longer.
I vote detour. I feel like the mountains are... As far as I understood, they were rough. Right? They had +1 danger.
So that's one way to put it. +1 danger, yeah.
Yeah, but they're faster.
But what are we rushing for?
Well, need to get back, to Eastwatch.
Yes, but do you have an appointment?
Yeah?
Wait, you do?
Yeah?
Well, yeah. Need to get Smallbeer.
We'll still be
You'll
there.
love that little guy. Yeah, but by now he's probably wondering if I ever come back for him,
I think by now
I'll keep him waiting.
a week more, a week less isn't going to make that much of a difference. How long were you
Well,
at
not for
Darkhold?
you. I don't know.
About a week, maybe?
Yeah, something like that.
And how long did it take you to get to Darkhold?
About a week.
A week.
And did Littlebeer know you were going to Darkhold?
Oh yeah.
Darkmont.
Yeah, Darkmont. And last question. Does Littlebeer know how dangerous Darkmont is supposed to be?
No.
Bear, didn't you just talk to Little Beer in your necklace?
Yeah, I told him like everything was fine, but just don't want to keep him waiting. What if he is bored at the Thieves Guild?
Do we
If
know
he's
what
at the
we
Thieves
can...
Guild, he's not getting bored.
You don't know.
Nobody gets bored at the Thieves Guild. Yes, I do.
Yeah, but you don't know Smallbeer.
Beer, remember, he loved it.
I know.
I
just miss him.
think you can give him a message and say, we'll be an extra week, and while it may be the scenic route, it will get us there.
Well, we could do that. I still vote for the mountains. So I guess it's up to you, Valentina.
So, around the mountains or over the mountains, is that what we're working with?
Yeah, basically.
And which one requires less walking?
Over the mountains. It's faster, so less walking.
Unless you dislike going up a lot of stairs and or hillsides, because it's going to take a while.
That's a good point.
But you have a horse. You don't need to walk.
That's right, I do. I forgot. I'm gonna have to side with Beer.
Yeah!
Guess it's over the mountains.
Let's go.
Alright, so you proceed across the open hills, landscape, plains even, walking in the general direction that you assume to be south. Can I have Paluna make a nature check? Just to see if...
What am I... Nature or survival?
Survival, I guess you can do that as well. Yeah.
I can do survival.
Yeah, I think you can do survival. I think you
Oh.
can barely do. Yeah.
Yeah, my survival's like my perception.
You're like, oh, so the sun is coming up there. That means that's south. Like, no hesitation, just pure experience. Proceed to walk in a southern direction. You're trekking a bit through this snow-covered plains. The snow keeps falling, slowly reaching up to your ankles. And as the day goes by, it's reaching up to your knees, seemingly with no stopping in sight. And it's weird because the clouds are still just a few white clouds hanging in the air. You're closing in the midday.
It's snowing so much for just such a light amount of clouds.
It's getting
place is
hard to
weird.
walk in all the snow.
You're on a horse!
I haven't summoned my horse.
Wait, you didn't?
No.
Didn't you just go, I have a horse? And then immediately refuses to summon the horse.
I forgot. I would like to summon my horse.
At any point, you can do it.
I pull out my coin and flip it to summon Bloodmare.
And as you say, Bloodmare, the horse springs from the coin and manifests into what you have perceived to be a horse that fits you.
Climb on top of it.
With ease, as the horse is as obedient as you are.
Also, Emma, I really feel like when it comes to matters like this, you really should stop horsing around.
Fuck's
Okay,
sake.
that's 1 out of 3. Okay.
New Year, okay? Same Oren.
So I guess that wasn't part of your New Year's resolution to
Oh,
do less
absolutely
puns.
fucking not.
Alright then. I'll keep track of my Oren cringe counter. No,
Please do not make counters for things that will not stop.
Oh, it's only 1 psychic damage every time you hit 3. Surely you won't die in 1 session, right?
Is that some kind of poorly worded challenge?
I don't know, is it?
Sure sounds like
Oh
it.
no.
Time to find out if it is. Anyway, I would like for one of you to roll a d10 for me.
Why not Beer go ahead, make a roll.
You sure about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have
Oh,
done our
boy.
rolls, right? Like, so you beard or do one.
There you go.
And as you continue trekking through the land, snow will be the only thing barring your way. The weather remains the same, and you're closing in on that time, seemingly with no encounters on the way.
What we are hearing right now is DM speak for congratulations on not hitting something on the random encounter table.
No. I would never do such a thing. Anyway,
Such a thing.
so closing in that time, it's time to set up camp.
I guess we have to, like, how deep is the snow by now?
It's slightly above your knees at this point.
Guess I take a shovel out of my explorer's pack and just go like, well, time to get to work.
Yo,
I start-
fiddly-dee.
Digging out, a bit of a campsite area, so like clearing the ground, so we have some place to actually sit that's not on snow.
As you keep digging through the snow, when you get to the bottom, you notice that it is starting to freeze solid at the bottom. It is no longer just snow. It is ice.
Luna just looks up and goes like, oh no. Oh no.
Are we in danger?
Yes. We're standing on a lake, and it went from summer to winter in like you can see Paluna, just his brain does math like, I think half a day while we slept. I do not want to wake up having to swim and or drown.
Well, maybe we shouldn't go to sleep on top of a lake then.
That is an excellent point. So you know what we'll do? I dig out my lamp. I find some oil, fill the lamp up, turn it on, and we keep going.
And you keep going.
Sounds like a good idea, yeah.
I will now dig a test hole every 500 steps to find solid ground.
Every 500 steps. All right.
It's like, yeah.
Alright, let's keep moving.
Now, as you keep moving through the terrain, and Orin is taking his time, like a minute or two here, to dig down and see what he's encountering at the bottom, it continuously seems to be ice. You're now an hour into this trial and testing, and it just continues to be ice.
Is there like any... Can we see like any features in the landscape? Like maybe some trees or like
You
a
can't,
hill or something?
because it's nighttime and you don't have
Yeah.
that vision.
Can I?
Do Beer suggest this idea?
Oh, fuck.
Sure.
I mean, I assume that with the lantern and such, it wouldn't exactly have been hard for us with night vision.
No, if you guys with night vision, the lantern wouldn't do any difference between you seeing it or not. You can see it fairly easily, but Beer can't, even with the light, because the light also blinds his nearby surroundings, except for his nearby 30 or 40 feet. But Valentina and Paluna looking out, you definitely see a change in the terrain towards the south, the direction you were going. It's changing into some patches of forest and one singular large mountain standing by itself in the distance. You reckon it would take about half a day to get to that mountain from your current location and at your current speed.
Would it take the same amount of time to get to the trees?
The trees are like small patches of forest by themselves, like scattered across, leading towards the mountain.
Let's grab one of those. That seems very much smarter.
Yeah, maybe we can climb up in the tree or something, you know? Stay off the ground.
Or we can, dig down, and hopefully it's not just ice, and make a camp.
Or that, sure. Right. Lead the way.
You continue towards the nearest forest patch. Do you continue to do your checking for ice, or do you just assume that it'll be fine once you reach the
I'll
forest?
assume that when we hit the forest patch, I can check for ice there, and I will rather keep a watch out for potential predators or other things lurking in the patch of forest.
All right. Those who wish can make a perception check as you close in on the patch of forest.
Perception check. Don't mind if I do. Love me some perception checks.
Okay, are we having a show-off competition here? What's going on? Fair enough.
The perception is fully checked.
I did a
Oh,
guy's
roll.
damn!
I
There,
bet
no
you-
one else sees anything besides Beer. You know, it's a dragon sleeping in between the no. So, Valentina and Paluna looking towards this patch of forest. You definitely see a distinct clearing in the trees. No creatures around of any sorts, no animals, no birds, no creatures of unknown origin. More so just a fairly peaceful place to set up camp. You're about 100 feet away from this location in this moment.
So I assume there's like some trees around the clearing.
Yes.
I'll go dig under the trees first. Test under trees.
Okay. I assume the rest of you follow?
Yes.
Yep.
Instead of just watching Orin from a distance. Yeah, you keep digging and nothing will happen.
I'm just comfortably sitting on my horse,
Yeah.
watching Orin do all the work. I mean, Paluna.
So, Orin Paluna begins digging. God, I have to get used to saying your D&D characters' names. Okay. Paluna begins digging, and as you dig, it's definitely deeper in this location than when you're out in the plains. But once you hit the depth of it. Same familiar feeling as if you hit ice.
But like, can I see if it is physically ice or not? Like, does it look like frozen ground, or is it like, oh, this looks like a lake? Like, at this point, I'm determined to find out what's actually down there.
Let's see. Make an insight check for me.
11.
That's impressive considering you rolled a
2.
Jesus.
Yes.
interesting. So you bang with your shovel to like feel out what it's like. And you feel an odd shape. And you trace this odd shape and realize it's the root of the tree. And as you trace it, you notice the entire tree next to you is completely frozen solid. There's a thin layer of ice on the top of the tree.
Oh boy.
Like, I'd scrape some more snow off the ground to look down like, there's definitely something weird going on. Yeah, this isn't how nature's supposed to work.
Make a nature check for that statement.
My wood elf intuition.
Yeah, you sort of have an idea of how nature works. Yep.
Just goes like, this isn't, nature doesn't this. This isn't how natures. It natured.
Nature. I'll allow that one. That was a good one.
Like, you guys just see Paluna scratching his chin, looking up at like the middle of the clearing, looking down, looking at the trees. Like, this man looks bewildered in like I need to solve this. I have been challenged by something that shouldn't be able to challenge me.
What's the matter, Paluna? This is a tree grows on the ground. We're probably fine here.
Probably. I don't like probably when sleeping. You guys know what? You guys could, if you start setting up camp here, I'm just gonna go over there to the middle of that like clearing area, and we're gonna dig down again and see what happens there. Because I can't put my finger on it, but this isn't how forest, tree, or weather works like. And under those circumstances, I'm not sure I would like, being careless.
Right.
Freezing as trees don't work like this. Trees don't become ice. Looking like trees! They rot.
I look over at Beer, who's probably still higher than me, even though I'm sitting on a horse. I just go like, he's losing it.
Yeah.
Can I hear that, by the way?
Just for fun, Valentina roll a stealth check and Paluna roll a perception check.
No. Yeah, I have minus.
Stealth disadvantage.
Yeah.
Well, I won't give you disadvantage for this because it's word and not moving, but...
That's 20 versus 20.
No, it's 14. You take the left one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay.
You hear this.
I'm not losing it. I have lost it. This doesn't make sense. I grew up in a forest. It was the most boring forest there ever bored and forested. And that boring forest in 100-year span didn't this. Forests don't this. This doesn't work. Like, I wave up at the trees' branches where there's ice instead of leaves or something. Trees do not grow ice.
I just look at him and then look back at Beer and look back at Paluna again.
Beer, trees do not grow ice, right? Right?
I mean,
maybe it's an ice tree.
From the Feywild.
there's some strange trees I've seen.
What kind of whack shit did you come from? I'm going to go dig another hole. as Paluna walks off determinedly to the middle of this clearing, hell-bent on digging a hole in the middle of it.
Alright.
As Paluna walks into the middle of this clearing, you guys notice it begins growing shorter and shorter as he's sinking into the snow that's reaching to his neck at this point.
Just shout if you need some help, yeah?
I have a ring of frost resistance equipped. I don't. I will go in there and dig.
And as he says that, he disappears into the snow.
Snow shall hinder me.
You're definitely not affected by the cold, but you do notice that you kind of walk down a slight slope that may have gone like a meters down.
I start digging.
And you start
I get
thinking,
to fucking work. Paluna, having left
We are
his lantern
playing
with you guys to set up camp, is just begun playing Minecraft in the snow out of pure, like, nature will not best me.
fierce fight against
I'm
nature.
the master of this. No amount of snow shall impede my progress.
So the weird part is you're shoveling, but you're so surrounded by snow. Where are you throwing the snow that you're shoveling?
On top of himself.
You know the like fucking Looney Tunes cartoons where just like they're just digging this hole and it just keeps flying up as they keep going down. I am doing that.
Okay.
Oh, so you're covering
We're
yourself.
having a Looney Tunes moment.
So Bjorn
this guy's
Valentin
gonna
is
die of
looking into
suffocation.
this hole that is kind of Paluna shaped as he walked into it, and you're just seeing small shots of snow flying up from this hole. You're not hearing anything or seeing anything aside that, just snow flying out with small intervals. And Paluna, you just keep going.
Valentina. I think you really lost it.
I wonder if this is like what all wood elves like to do, dig holes.
Ah,
Maybe it's
could be.
because he's a wood elf.
Mm.
I don't know if you maybe should go pull him out of there.
Maybe he's a snow elf.
A snow elf? Is that real?
I don't know.
Never heard of them. Are they in the Feywild?
Nothing but silence and just like
No.
more snow flying up from the hole.
I just thought of them, you know?
That's amazing, Beer. Maybe you're right. Maybe he is a snow elf.
Yeah.
I look over to where Paluna went. I can't even see him. I think he's one with the
There's just
snow.
snow flying up like.
Well,
Perfect gif of it. I love it, Oren. That is practically what's happening. And Oren, you just keep digging. You keep digging. You haven't hit frozen solid ground yet, but you haven't even hit ground. You're just
After like 4 or 5 meters, I imagine Paluna stops, realizing, okay, if I go any deeper, it's going to get dangerous, and just starts digging a tunnel out and up.
please roll a nature check for me. You dig, and you realize the hole that was once where you came from isn't there anymore.
So
You
I get out and then see that my hole is gone. Is that what you're telling me?
No, you're in the hole, and you can't find the way back out again.
Well then.
And from Valentina's and Beer's point of view, you still see the hole he's dug into the snow. You just no longer see these shots of flying snow coming out anymore.
you think
Yes.
he died?
Maybe he missed the tomb he was in.
Can I hear them talk?
Make a perception check for me.
Wow, I am. My rolls are not good right now.
You vaguely hear some muffled sounds, but you can't pinpoint the direction where they are coming from. It's like reverberating in all the snow around you.
Gonna try and get him out.
Yeah, unless that's where he wants to camp.
Under the snow? I don't think that's nice.
Under the sea, that's where I've been.
Beer, think about it. If he really is a snow elf and we found him in a tomb,
yeah, I'm sure it's
and
fine.
he probably missed being locked up in a tomb.
No, you're right. I'm sure he's fine.
Okay, let's make camp.
Seeing as he's a snow elf and all, I'm sure it's like exactly where he wants to be.
Can I try and figure out which direction is up and just start digging that way?
As I would say, you don't need to roll anything to know which direction is up, because you're not exactly in your situation from confusion, like avalanche kind of situation. You're more so, what direction did you dig from?
Now we're just going up.
Now you're just
I
going
don't
up.
care where I came from, I'm now just going up.
You're now just
If
going
this
up.
lands me in another fucking dungeon, you know what? I deserve it. I deserve it for picking a fight with Magic Nature, and Magic Nature saying, no, fuck you.
You dig your way out and you're back in the tomb, in a different coffin. No.
Motherfucker!
Next solution.
You find yourself next to an elf. Lucian? No. After a while, you guys suddenly see a shovel poke through, like a few meters away from where he dug down. Paluna, you find yourself way up again. Definitely a bit off track of what you thought you were digging, but...
I would like to report that this snow goes deeper than I expected. I just walk off towards camp without saying more. He has been defeated. He's been broken.
Did you have fun, Paluna?
Keeps walking.
Did you meet any other snow elves down there?
Crunch, crunch, crunch as the snow compacts under his boots. Just walking off towards the camp. No words are being said.
What about the other snow elves?
Crunch, 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 crunch.
I guess they didn't want them there or something. No.
Arrives
I'd
at
be
the
so
camp,
subject
just
for him.
finds his bedroll, makes his things, and just goes to sleep.
Not a single word said for the rest of the night.
Just not a word said. This man is done. He has been defeated.
Nature is bullshit.
This is some bullshit. At this point, it's like, if I wake up because I'm drowning, you know what? Fine. Nature earned it. I'm not gonna fight it at this point.
Alright.
So, nighttime is closing in. It took you some extra time to get settled. You're just across what people would call midnight at this point. Valentina, you don't particularly feel cold, and neither do you, Paluna, because of your resistance ring. Beer, unusually for you, you start to feel cold, even though you're sat around the campfire before going to sleep.
A bit chilly.
Oh, are
You know
cold,
that
Beer?
classic moment where you're breathing, and instead of just being like cold air you're exhaling, it's more so small crystal shards that forms in the air before dropping down.
Anyone want to cozy up for the night? You know, keep each other warm.
What do you mean, cozy up?
I don't know, just share a bedroll and exchange body heat.
I don't know if I have much body heat. I touch Beer's arm.
Oh no, she's going to persuade him.
Am I warm?
I don't know.
There is no
Are you?
difference between the air and her touching you.
No, you're pretty cold. Well, Paluna, you and me, buddy.
But Luna
Do we
is
have like
asleep.
a camp? Do we have a campfire or such going?
The campfire is going, but it's not affecting Beer's situation.
Beer, why don't you just go in and sleep with Poluna? And I'll keep watch for a little while anyway.
How bad is it, Beer?
I mean, it's fine, but it's just not very comfortable, you know.
Yeah. All right. Let me think of something. I sort of get up, rearrange the bedrolls, so there's the campfire, Beer's bed, and then my bed, and then there's like an overlapping sheet or something over those beds, so we're under double 2 rolls, and it's sort of next to the campfire. Trying
Alright.
to, finagle a solution that will at least keep him reasonably warm.
Understood. So,
I'm sure it will be fine.
Valentina takes the first shift, I imagine, as the rest of you try to get some shut-eye.
Mm-hmm.
Valentina, please roll a perception check for me.
Yes.
As you sit throughout the night, the 2 hours that is your shift, and you're looking over at your friends, the fire, against all logic, has frozen solid in its movement. From the trees above you and around you, ice shards are hanging from the trees, bending the branches until they make contact with the ground, or in some cases, some branches snapping off, startling you for a moment before they hit the snow with a soft thump. Or what would be a soft thump. But even the snow it lands on has frozen solid, and it gives a clanging sound as the ice shatters and scatters across it. All while it keeps snowing and building on top of it.
And the fire is frozen?
Against all logic, yeah, the fire is frozen. The flames are frozen. They are still giving off light, but it's frozen solid.
Can I look at Beer and see if I notice him shivering or seeming cold in any way?
Beer seems fine in this moment.
There's a
Breathing.
beersicle.
God.
I have frozen solid.
Beer takes 100 cold damage and freezes in place.
Yo, chill.
Yo, bro, chill. Beer seems fine.
Okay.
And as you notice this, the fire still gives off warmth as well.
While sitting, watching, looking around, could I cast Detect Magic?
Go ahead and mark off a spell slot and describe
Yes.
to me how you weave your hands.
Isn't Detect Magic ritual?
Yes.
Doesn't need to be.
Oh wait.
That depends. Are you doing ritual or not? I don't know.
Oh no.
We'll
Wait.
see.
Let me.
Does it have the ritual tag?
No, I don't think it does.
No, it doesn't.
Let's see. Just gonna look it up. Don't want to waste a spell slot for you.
Yeah, it's not a.
Yeah, it doesn't have the ritual tag. Interesting. Well,
No?
mark off a
It does? Question mark?
Where do
I
you
would
see
say
this?
so, then.
I mean, if I go look in D&D
It's
5th edition wiki, it
marked.
says first level divination ritual.
Well, that means you can cast it as a ritual, but you don't need to.
Then ritual magic, then you can choose.
If you have a ritual casting.
This is correct.
Right. I don't believe Valentina has ritual casting.
It depends, I don't know.
Oh, level 1 ritual. Yeah, it's just there. Interesting. No, I would like to follow the BG3 rules on that. That anything that has the ritual tag can be cast as a ritual. Fuck that feat. All right, so you can cast it as a ritual. Spend 10 minutes sitting down, concentrating on this magic, overcoming you, and allowing you to perceive the world around you in a different way. And as you for a moment close your eyes and reopen them, everything around you is currently illuminated in some kind of light unfamiliar to you.
Unfamiliar light. Is it like an unusual color or just?
It represents a school of magic that is, for some reason, unfamiliar to you.
Does the snow light up?
Everything lights up.
Everything.
No way.
Wow. I try
It's
to see how far into the horizon I can see and if the light is still illuminating the distance.
With your dark vision, you can easily peer throughout the plains and in the other direction towards the mountain. Everything that seems to be covered by snow or ice seems to be lighting this almost northern light blue greenish hue. Especially the mountain itself.
So what are you telling us? We got stuck in Magic Norway. Fuck.
Ironically, there's so much snow here right now. But anyway, so the mountain is like glowing more than the rest?
Considering how far away it is, the light it emanates is especially strong.
Interesting.
Which is odd because you know from the spell that you should only be able to see about 30 feet ahead of you. But the magic emanating from the mountain is just overpowering. And while you're fairly certain that detect magic should...
It won't be so bad, they said.
Uh-huh.
The detect magic spell should allow you to know what kind of magic you're looking at. But there is no school that fit with this sense that you're getting.
Okay.
Personally, I blame the dwarves for the climatic change.
Typical elves. The scene is yours, Valentina. What do you do with this newfound information?
I don't do anything. I just look around at it and I keep waiting for time to pass while keeping my senses sharp.
All right. The night proceeds to go by without any interruptions, and it's now time to wake up one of your comrades who you had no agreement upon who would go next after you. So that's up to you.
Well, since me and Poluna only requires short amount of sleep, I decide to wake up Poluna.
Have I gotten a full rest at this point?
You've gotten 2 hours.
Oh, could I wait 2 more hours?
I mean, if you want to do that, so both of you take 4 hours each to complete a long rest for each other, then yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'll wait 2 more hours then.
All right. So we're just going to sit here in quiet for 2 hours and wait for that to happen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, while I'm awake, I'm reflecting over my dreams and everything that happened with the medallion and such, and thinking about the words that I heard in my dreams, I decided to take another bottle from my bag. Not feeling like super hungry, but nonetheless, I gulped down another bottle of blood.
All right. You can write off a bottle. And while consuming it, feels like drinking blood, like you tried so many times before. Doesn't seem to alter your state in any way, but it doesn't seem to worsen it either. The remainder of your shift comes to an end. And it's time to wake up Paluna.
Luna, wake up! I shake his shoulder.
Yeah, my turn.
Your turn.
All right. I look up and see this icy hellscape and go like, what in the ever-living... The?
So actually, while I was awake, I was trying some spells, and everything is magical. The snow is not natural.
I look at the frozen fire and go like, what gave it away?
Well, there's this amazing light emanating from the snow, actually, and I'm not getting the sarcasm at all. And it seems to be coming from that mountain. And I point towards the mountain.
Are you sure we want to go to that mountain then? I will take it in the morning. Get your sleep. I'll run the rest of the watch. We take group discussions in the morning. Are there any icicles hanging dangerously over our camp or such that need to be taken care of?
Thankfully, because you decided to make camp in the somewhat clearing area without going into deep end, no. But you estimate if you had decided to be under a tree in this moment, there might have been some bludgeoning damage happening.
Yeah, I mean, I drape my bedrolls like a sheet over beer so he has more warmth.
It's the irony is that you called it a sheet because as you pick it up from the ground, it freezes solid in the air.
Mother... I just leave it. Just leave it there, my sheet. Is it just floating in the air now? Well, is it just like hanging in the air now, just a frozen object in space and time?
No, it pretty much falls down and shatters.
I love how frustrated Oren sounded. I just leave it there, my sheet, in the air.
Luna just points at his eyes, points at the sheet, and then at the mountain. Like, see what the fuck is going on here? And then he just gets to watching,
And I get to
bit of walking around, bit of watching around while you guys sleep, staying on alert.
All right. Valentina comes to her rest. And Oren, your shift begins. Please roll a perception check for me.
A perception check? Me?
I've heard you're good at those. Well, not today, apparently.
I mean,
16's good.
It's fine.
It's the same as Valentina.
Do you want to compare top ends? No. Anyway.
I know mine can grow bigger, but it doesn't perform that well every day, especially not in cold environments.
Oh, that's true. I'm sorry to hear that. I wouldn't know. Anyway, so your night goes by, and the same scene plays out before your eyes as well. The snow around you keeps growing. Branches snapping off, clanging, shattering against the ice below. Some of the trees around you are barely a shadow of what they were before this night started. Only a few branches shaping the crown of the trees. Rest have fallen and broken off.
Man, those trees should really try branching out instead.
What are you, a branch manager? Anyway. It must be a Danish thing, I think. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
No, you're not.
No.
In Denmark.
For a moment, you hear something flying in the sky above you. It seems to be a small bird-like creature. And it stops in its tracks, mid-air, falls down, and shatters upon the ice below it.
not exactly good migration season here, I suppose. Yeah, I mean, I keep watching the watch. I might actually, I'll go check if the fire is still warm. Even though it's like frozen and showing light.
It is very much still giving off warmth.
What indeed? Just don't worry about it, Paluna. Don't worry. This is fine. Everything is fine. Just have to get out of here. This is definitely how snow works. Definitely.
Definitely, I would know. I'm Danish. We have so much snow here. Oh my god, we know how snow works. I promise.
I mean, we got a day.
We got a day. Woo! About
and
2
then it
months
was
ago.
gone the day after.
Anyway, the night proceeds to go by. Is there anything you like to do throughout the night?
I mean, maybe if the bird fell within like close range, I might go investigate. But if not, I'll just patrol around the camp and keep watch.
All right. It's a few 100 feet out, so it's up to you if you want to go look for it.
It can wait till the morning. That's too far.
The day passes, the night passes, your shift passes, without any issue. The sun begins to rise in the background. And weirdly, a strong warmth begins to heat up the region around you.
The second that starts happening, I immediately wake Beer and Valentina if, like, it's within long rest range.
They are.
Okay, yeah, no, both of you, get up.
What's
Guys.
going on?
It's getting warm. It's getting too warm too quickly.
I get up and I look towards the mountain. See if I see anything.
You still see the mountain standing there. Still covered in ice. And snow. But around you is a different story as you begin treading water. And it goes quickly. First at the bottom of your shoes, rising to your ankles within a few minutes.
Back the camp. Get near the trees.
Does there seem to be... Is the snow melting? Is that why it's water? Or are we on the lake? Or we do not know.
Any person would probably guess that snow is melting at the moment. But where about your geographical location is and what's underneath all that snow, you have no idea. I mean, Paluna gave it a fucking good shot at trying to figure out what's below you, but you know.
I try to pack up my things in a hurry and stand close to the tree.
And Beer is just drowning underwater.
Such a good sleep.
With
Here,
your
come on.
face half soaked in water at the moment.
Oh, yeah. I stand
Luna
up.
will pack his bags and like get to a tree and probably get off the ground and onto the tree itself.
And you find it to be fairly easy to grab onto the tree because the ice that was covering the tree is already melted and has exposed the bark underneath it to cling onto. And while you'd expect the bark to be cold and wet, it's already warm and dry.
How high is the water?
It's currently at this moment, like a few minutes after you were woken up, at your ankles and slowly climbing. And your ankles would probably be like the other guy's shoulders. I don't know. Big
Not
guy.
that big.
You're like 8 meters tall, right? No.
All right, let's head to the mountain.
No. We're gonna see what happens with all this snow first. We're not traveling in the middle of melting season super.
How much water are we currently standing in?
Well, how much time has passed since Opal?
Up till your ankles, so it's not that high.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if you were being serious, that it was like really high up.
Oh no, it's not up to your neck, yo. No. It's around your ankles.
I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and wait until we drown, so might as well hurry up, while we still can.
I've scampered up into a tree. I ain't drowning for shit.
We're not gonna drown, don't worry.
Nope. Waiting to see until this stuff has melted properly. What I'm dealing with here. I'm going to give the planes of complete and utter seasonal indecisiveness. It's time to decide the season. For now.
Well, clearly it's some kind of magic we're dealing with. I think it's still summer. Someone must have cast some powerful spell.
Yeah. If you want, you can sit on my shoulders. You won't get wet. Yes, no.
I assume you were talking to Paluna?
Yeah.
I mean, I again, I'm up in a tree. I'm just gonna just give this the minute it needs to properly thaw, and I'll be down from here. And it has all the snow thawed yet, or is it taking its time still?
It is still thawing at a rapid pace. And you notice where you dug a hole yesterday, it is slowly caving in on itself. And as you continue to watch this happen, from what was previously an ice surface turned into snow, turned into slush, has now formed a lake in the middle of this previous wooden open clearing. And it's this moment you realize you are digging into a lake.
Kind of want to see what's at the bottom now.
The areas around you have begun to also completely thaw up, and where you would expect a marsh of some kind, muddy, hard terrain to get through, it has already dried up, and grass is beginning to sprout at an invisible pace. And the trees around you, the branches are growing back again at an equally quick pace. You can almost feel the tree that you're holding onto move in a way.
If the ground is dry, I will jump down.
Easily enough to do. You land on firm ground, giving a bit of a bounce considering its grass texture.
Well, nothing to worry about.
That was dramatic. Did the bird fall into the middle of the lake?
As you look around, there are no lakes, only grassy hills from where you came from.
Not even the huge divot where I was? Where I was digging?
That one is the lake, yeah. Yeah. But the bird was landing a few hundred feet away from your camp, out from the direction where you came from.
I just need to go check something. Something weird happened tonight. I just need to go see. And I walk over to where the bird fell.
You have a general direction to go by. And as you navigate in that general direction, you find pieces of the bird. That's it.
Note to self. Don't be flying during winter hell. Okay, guys, I turn around. You guys still sure you want to walk to the mountain? Valentina told me during the night that the mountain looked to be incredibly magical.
That's
Seems like a bit of a risk.
Whatever caused this snow, I believe it's coming from the mountain.
Well, guess we could still go around it, but my vote is still go over it.
Question for DM, if we wanted to switch direction, would we have to head back?
Paluna, make an insight check for me. So, for you, Valentina.
Wait,
I
you want,
also have... Ah, never mind.
you want me to make an insight check? Or
Yeah.
I do have a bunch of navigation-related stuff.
So while you recall being told there's a mountain range to the south that you'd have to cross, this is not a mountain range. This is just a sole mountain standing by itself.
right. Okay. Well, this doesn't appear to be the mountain range, so I say we just keep going.
All right, let's move.
To
Pick
the
up
Magic
pace.
Mountain!
I don't know if we have to go on the mountain. We'll see when we get closer. I
Yep.
also summon my horse again and get on it.
All right. Easy enough to do. You head towards the mountain. Understood. The night before, you estimate it would be about a half day's travel to get there, and as you proceed to make your way in that direction, that seems to hold true. I need one of you to roll a d10 for me.
Alright, so Beer had the last one, and I've been rolling terribly. That means it's your turn, Valentina.
Alright.
Boom.
Boom.
Big roll.
Don't know what it means though. It could be good.
Dragons!
Could be bad.
No
Oh
one
no!
knows.
And 10 of them!
What?
It's Jimmy.
Jimmy! Why is this one white? Oh no.
Oh.
You proceed to make your way towards the mountain, and the mountain is coming closer to you as you approach it. Thankfully, it's not a distant illusion that keeps walking away from you like a certain bed in a certain wizard tower. You proceed.
That must have been a bad time.
Oh god.
Unfortunately, it wasn't. They never got to the bed. No.
I bet they didn't.
Ah! Make it stop.
Rocks fall, Paluna dies. No. That's how you make it stop, right? Surely it's not going to bring in a new character that's even more memey.
Oh no.
Never mind, let's keep
Paluna
Paluna in
isn't
the
that-
party.
Paluna isn't that much of a meme.
No, but Orinus.
The person playing Paluna is the meme.
God have mercy on our souls. This is going to be a long campaign.
No, I will not.
Oh, wait, you're God?
Of bad puns.
Fair enough. You're going to make a new religion and you're going to become Valentina's patron. And
Mandatory puns every day.
time to practice, Valentina. No. Approaching this mountain, you start to see people in the distance. People tending a farm. People with a wagon and a beast of burden attached to it. Seemingly tending a small farm area. Optimistically
How-
small.
How in the world do you manage to hold a farm in this kind of a place?
You're closing in them about 100 feet. 50 feet. Anything you guys want to do before approaching in them?
Let's
I'll
ask
just-
them about the snow.
As we're like in earshot of them, I will just shout, "Hello!"
There's about 2 people tending the farm. They turn around towards you when you call at them.
Give them a big wave.
And an elderly gentleman wearing peasant outfit, along with someone who seems to resemble him wearing the same kind of outfit, looking at you and, "Oh, hi! Welcome to our small town. Welcome to our few small houses. Can
What a
we?
lovely place you got here.
Thank you. Would you like some beets?
Beets?
I'll never say no to a good beat.
Hold up. Did you guys not notice all the snow?
Snow.
Yes, all the snow and ice that was here at
Young
night.
lady, it's the middle of the summer. Why would there be snow here?
What?
You wouldn't believe what we went through last night.
There was snow here.
I mean, we have snow when it's winter, and our beautiful mountain where our small town is situated. Oh, it's so beautiful.
No,
It's like
yesterday. The whole area was covered in snow.
Surely not. You're joking with me. How can we have a farm here when there is snow? All you're a silly girl.
That's what we were.
Hold on. Beer, can you just do the thing here? I just need to borrow Valentina for a second. I just poke Valentina and drag her out of the group.
Like just sitting on my horse, or you're pulling me off my horse?
No, but I wait for you to follow off.
Okay, I follow.
Valentina.
Yes.
You said you could see the magic of places?
Yes, with this ritual I cast.
Could you do that here?
I
have a funny feeling.
Sure. I close my eyes and concentrate and attempt to cast detect magic again.
All right. Are you going to stand there for 10 minutes with a ritual, or are you going to cast it instead and just use a spell slot?
I will use a spell slot.
All right. Within an instant, you weave your hands and cast the magic, detect magic. The same side as the night before. Everything lights up in this time orange and yellow and red hue all around you. The mountain, the ground around you, the trees, the farm, and the two villagers are highlighted in this colorful hue.
One sec. Is the mountain just next to us now?
It's a few kilometers away.
Okay. I look at Baluna and I say, everything is magical still. Even the two men. Maybe they're lying.
I
think they're hiding something.
So? No, I don't think they're doing it intentionally. They seem to be convinced that their world runs on whatever time it's supposed to run on. We're the strangers here. I think we need to keep moving. I don't think we can stop for rest here.
Think it's another god playing tricks on us? Or someone working for another god, like the Mask Man?
I don't know, but generally, I've never heard of magic on this kind of a scale before, except in fairy tales, and when I woke up in a cursed city.
Question for DM, can I see what school of magic it is, or still not?
Doesn't seem to resonate with any school of magic that you're familiar with.
Okay, I think we should keep moving towards the mountain then.
Yeah, let's not have a big break then. Just let's come up with an excuse and move on.
Yes.
We go back to Beer and say, Beer, it seems that we should get over to this mountain pretty quick before it becomes so frosty again.
You sure? I was kind of looking forward to eating some of these beets. And
I look at the two old men and I go, so you didn't notice any frost last night on the farm?
Are you still going on about that? Ah, you're so silly, young miss. No, we tend to farm, my son and I, and it's been a good harvest so far this summer.
Can I make an insight check on him, see if he's lying or hiding something?
Make an insight check. Seems to be on the level.
You're right, I must have been dreaming. How silly of me.
Yeah, so you were telling me about your beets and how long have you been growing beets?
I mean, I am a generation of many generations in our family taking care of the beast, which is the main produce of this small town.
It's just you and your son. Oh.
Well, yeah, for this particular role of the village, yeah. We have other roles in the village. Some tends to the there are other people who take care of the village. Yeah.
Oh, well, what do they tend to?
What do who tend to?
I'm curious. The other people.
The other people, right? There is there are other people taking care of roles. Yeah, taking care of their duties. Yeah.
So, could you give us some names in case we run into them?
Yeah, where are these?
Like we're traveling around, so we might meet
names.
a couple of people here. Yeah.
Names. Names for who?
The other people.
These other villages.
Growing beets.
The other people who are taking care of their roles in the village. Yes.
Yeah. Are you okay?
I look at his son. Is he okay?
Yeah, he's okay. Hi, nice to meet you. So how can we help you?
Are there other people in this village growing beets?
Oh no, my father and I are the only one growing beets in this town. Yeah.
Are there other people growing other things?
Oh yeah, there are plenty of other people growing things. There are people who grow.
What do they grow?
What do who grow?
The other people.
The other people. Yeah, there are other people who grow things. We take care of the beets, and the other people take care of.
Well, we never introduced properly. What's your name?
Well,
yeah. Let's go.
Let's. You know what? We'll find out of it. We'll be on our way. See you around. Goodbye.
Oh, hi. Welcome to the village.
Are these other people in the room with us right now?
I mean, they're you guys.
Are they in your imagination?
Yeah, I think these people have been magicked somehow.
Oh, you think
like
so?
Yeah, they're stuck somehow, and I don't think we're gonna find out much from talking to them. Unless we want to go on a good old quest to find out what's going on.
Let's keep going. I wasn't interested in those beats anyway.
Can I make an insight check on Beer?
He wasn't.
Oh, okay. Well, they've clearly been cursed or something. They were glowing with magic. Someone did this to them.
Maybe they're not even people.
Maybe
they're...
It isn't.
Maybe they're snow elves too.
Yeah, or maybe they're beats that can talk.
That seems a little far-fetched.
Wait, that seems far-fetched? Oh, okay. Well, let's keep going, yeah? We're wasting time.
I think we should use the summer period while we can, because I have a inkling that tomorrow when we wake up, it's gonna be winter again.
Well, let's get as far as we can.
And as you proceed walking towards the mountain, There's only a few kilometers away from your current location. Snow begins falling once again, like it has started the day before. Barely a kilometer away from the mountain, the ground is already covered in snow once again. And as you're getting closer to the mountain, you notice a small village starting to appear at the very foot of the mountain. Some houses broken down, slanted. A few still in seemingly good condition, and one larger house situated properly into the mountain.
So,
and to help
you guys
want to visualize
bet?
that a bit.
You guys want to bet that these people don't know anybody either?
Ooh.
This is what is currently before you right now.
This is Emma's hometown in redneck Norway.
Mm.
Pretty much, yeah.
Just ignore the other mountains. They're not there. There's only that one big mountain in the middle.
So you're telling me there's one mountain and then there's a bunch of Mount Aints.
Exactly.
So are there a bunch of houses like on the picture?
Yes.
Do we see any people walking around?
Make a perception check for me.
Yep.
As you look around, looking for movement. Nothing.
There's a whole village and she's not noticing? Interesting.
But you hear a slight heavy breathing coming from the mountain.
Well, that's not ominous at all.
A slow, drawn out breath, repeating in intervals.
Well, that is strange.
Think the mountain is alive?
I don't know.
Is it even a mountain?
I've never
Maybe
been
it's
to
not.
a mountain before. Mhm.
Maybe it is
a
big elemental or something, you know?
Since we're here, why don't we try and see if there's one of these houses we can rest in?
Yeah, let's look
Instead
around
of,
for some clues, you know?
Yes.
Maybe we can see what happened to these people.
Could we
Yeah.
approach the nearest house to us?
Easily enough. The nearest house seems to be in good condition, aside from the door hanging on its hinge.
Oh.
But the walls are intact, the roof seems to be intact.
I get off my horse and I would like to see if there's any windows I can look through.
There are a few. Some are barred up. Some leave a slight gap to look through. Make another perception check if you want to. Looking through, there are no light from the inside, but thanks to your dark vision, you can make out the interior of what would be a decent living room with a table and chair set out, a stair leading upstairs.
Do I hear any voices or footsteps from inside?
Nothing aside from that ominous breathing coming from that mountain that is now hard to ignore now that you know it's there.
This is so strange. Can
wonder
I
if-
just... Guys, I have an idea.
Yeah.
I'll go take a sneak inside this house and
Okay.
see if anybody's here. I should be able to do it without waking anyone up. And I'll just, give it a moment. Explore and find out what is going on with this place thing.
Is it evening
I
now?
plan-
or-
It's midday, closing in slowly on the evening time. Okay.
I plan to go in and look for dust, evidence if there's anything that's happened in the kitchen, and if there's someone sleeping or such, and be very stealthy about it.
All right. Make a stealth check for me.
22.
That is noted. You make your way through the bottom of the house, the first floor. There doesn't seem to be any signs of people having lived here. There's only the remainder of the house upstairs to be checked out.
Make it up slowly.
And as you stealth upwards, please make an investigation check for me.
Investigation check of all things. Oh boy. Ah, never mind. It's not bad.
As you're sneaking your way up the staircase, you notice scratch marks along the stairs, every stair step, on the railing of the staircase, on the wall, deep enough for your few fingers to poke into the scratch. It's impressive that there's still any plank left holding this together. And as you get upstairs, you hear a slight breathing. Somewhat similar to the one you heard from the mountain, but very faint compared to.
I'll check out the source of the breathing. See if I can home in on it.
You navigate through a hallway leading down to what you assume could only be some kind of bedchamber. And as you peer in through the somewhat open door, you notice a man sleeping in a big white fur coat.
Mm-hmm. What kind of man are we talking? Big, burly?
He's very big and burly, lying with his back towards you.
Is there anything like other rooms up here, or?
You walk down the hallway towards the sound, and on the way down the hallway, there was another door on your right as you walk down, with the door closed.
If I go and put my ear to that door, can I hear anything coming from the other side?
Make a perception check.
18?
No sounds coming from that room.
Can I very silently open the door? This is curiosity getting the better of me.
Make a sleight of hand check for me to see how sneakily you can open the door.
My second nat one!
Oh no.
As you open the door, you fail to notice that it wasn't properly attached to its hinges. The door falls off its hinges, and you barely manage to catch it, but you hear grunting from down the hallway where you take notice of this larger figure. And from the quick glance you get into this new room, just a pile of bones.
Oh. I run. It is leave time. It is fucking go time. We are getting out of this building fastest way there.
Beer and Valentina, you're standing out on the
no
street,
longer an option.
Just waiting for something to happen. And something does happen. You hear nothing. Nothing. Orin running down the staircase, out of the house.
Go. Leave. Go on. Nope.
Okay. Start to get back on
What's
my
wrong?
horse and start running.
I just get like a safe 50 meters away from that house. Like, that is... No.
Why are we
Absolutely
running?
fucking not. So, okay. I go in the house, right?
Mhm.
Nothing's in there. Nobody lives there. Nothing's in the kitchen. Go upstairs, right? There's this big, burly guy sleeping in like a big old coat. Or some like furs. I don't know. And then I go down this hallway. And there's like a door. And I open it. And it's just full of bones, dude. Did I see if it was
Bones?
people bones or animal bones or
You didn't have time to
just
check.
bones?
Just bones.
Full of bones. It's like a room with fuck off amount of bones. I heard something behind me grunting, and I decided, no.
Oh,
Maybe it's just a hunter.
why would he have a bunch of bones then?
Oh, we
That was
hunt the animal
entirely
and
too
then-
many bones. You at some point you used them for something.
Yeah, maybe he just likes to collect them.
Maybe we should try to talk to him. Maybe he's an adventurer.
Yeah,
like
maybe
us.
he's a nice guy.
Maybe he's just resting. No?
You
I
guys
don't
can
mind.
do that. I think it's a terrible idea.
Oh,
I think we should just move on.
okay. How strange.
Sure.
Though that
That gave me the heebie-jeebies, okay? This is not... I'm not in the middle of Scary McMurder City. I don't have a vested interest in finding out what's going on here. There's nobody's life at stake. I think if we just leave this one alone, it might leave us alone too, and I honestly prefer that.
Okay.
You don't want to investigate the mountain?
Oh, I do.
I want to see the mountain. I do not want to meet Mr. McMurder Bones.
Okay. Let's just head to the mountain and leave this guy alone.
Alright.
So
Let's
you
walk further into the town.
Alright. You proceed further into the town. And the same scenario kind of plays out. There are no people on the street. And you keep running by some houses that are slightly worn down and others that are still in fairly good condition compared to what you've seen. Standing at the foot of the mountain, there's one massive cabin. Next to the cabin is a large cave entrance leading into the mountain. Snow is falling heavily around you at this point, and the same scenario plays out as during the night. Icicles forming in seconds to minutes, hanging from trees around you, hanging from cliffs, from overlooks of cliffs hanging down. It is cold once again.
Let's head into the cave, maybe, yeah? Maybe we can get out of the cold in there. Be safe.
Maybe.
I'll add to us there.
Can we hear
Let's
the
check it out.
breathing more clearly now that we're close?
As you listen closely after being distracted from Oren's slight outburst, Paluna's slight outburst, you start to notice the breathing once again.
You are now breathing manually.
You're now breathing manually. You begin to hear the breathing once again, but it hasn't grown louder as you've got closer to what seemingly is the source of it.
Well. Is there anything standing out when we're looking at this cave entrance?
It's hard to tell. Everything is covered by snow at the moment. So all details that wouldn't be snow related are probably hidden from sight.
Alright. In we go.
I get off my horse, dismiss it, and enter the cave.
Try to look
No.
out for like any icicles as we enter, like Yeah, we don't walk underneath anything dangerous.
Beer's using his danger sense, in other words. Yeah. As you walk into the cave, it starts out with being a large opening that begins quickly to narrow down. But it doesn't get much smaller than all three of you are capable of standing next to each other side by side. And then the breathing begins to become louder. Still at the same pace. Slow, heavy breathing.
So, I will tell you guys this. I won't be able to sleep with that. Either we find out what's going on, or we pick another cave.
Well, it's not even nighttime, sir. It's like midday.
You sleepy already, Paluna?
Let's go explore.
Let's go explore.
Yes.
I take a moment, get all my combat gear ready, make sure everything's fitted correct, and be like, let's also be cautious. Let's get in our gear.
What's that?
It is the thing that I tried to keep myself from dying with. It has not been successful truly so far.
I don't know this word you're saying. Cautious. What does that mean?
It means being ready to smack something with an axe if it is required.
I can do that. I can do it.
Excellent. This is caution.
Just if it's required, Beer.
Yeah, of course.
Of course.
You know me, I'm pure restraint.
Sure.
The very face of caution.
Well, that being said, Beer starts walking. Not so
I follow behind.
And so do I.
Taking big steps.
Alright. I like that.
He hums a little tune as well, you know, like that.
Beautiful. You proceed further into the cave, following the sound of heavy breathing, and there's only one direction this cave goes, and it's also fairly linear. No like twists and turns that are normally shaped when a mountain cave is opening, expanding, breaking apart. It's just a straight linear pathway. And then the cave opens up into a large chamber. In the middle, about 50 feet away from you, some kind of entity that Paluna recognizes is sitting in a chair, slanted backwards, sleeping as if they're wearing a big furry white coat with a hood above their head. Next to them on the left is a giant frozen hand pointing at an icicle below, upon which is an object. And on the opposite side is a giant wooden hand, from which hangs a frozen vine with another object dangling in that vine.
You can just see
on opposite sides of this person sleeping in the chair.
You just see Paluna like, look at the guy. Look out of the cave. Look at the guy. Look out of the cave. That's him.
Who?
The guy from the other place.
This guy?
The bone collector?
This the same
Well, I don't know
guy?
if it was correct. As inconceivable. He was back there and now he's here, and he did not pass us, right?
No.
Maybe it's his brother. Maybe they're twins.
Maybe.
I'll take a look at the hands. What kind of objects are they? Do they have attached to them? Can I see that?
Make a perception check.
Boo.
As you look, peering at this icicle taking shape from the ground, pointing up towards the hand, pointing down at it, on the top of the icicle is a crown-like object frozen into the icicle to some extent.
Hmm.
And the thing hanging from the vine seems to be an acorn of some type.
Okay.
Oh, very interesting.
Should we
Should
wake
we
him
ask
up?
him? Yeah, I think so.
I don't know if he's
Well, he's snoring
aggressive.
so loud you can hear it outside, so someone's got to stop this guy.
Oh, does it seem like the breathing is coming from him?
With that perception check, you notice that the breathing is definitely coming from that person.
What's the
Yeah.
worst that could happen, right?
He might be behind all this.
Yeah, maybe
No.
he's like, yeah.
But he could also be a prisoner of whatever's going on, stuck in some kind of eternal sleep or something.
Maybe, yeah. Well, I say we go wake him up.
Okay.
I agree.
Let's do that.
Hey, you! Wake up! Be a shot.
Nothing seems to happen. The snoring continues.
Just walk up. Give him a little shove, okay? You guys, maybe stand back a bit.
Oh, okay.
Who knows what will happen? I'll go up and a bit closer.
And do your usual beer persuasion. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just shove him a bit. Like, hey, can I walk up?
It.
Like,
yeah, easily.
Okay.
There's a way leading up to the chair that he's leaned back in.
I follow along. Like
it seems to be like soft and meaty rather than a coat that you're pushing into.
Meaty?
Muscular.
Can I see his face of the guy?
And as you got closer to him, you realize it's not a hood that is covered over a head. What was the dark space is a face. A wrinkly looking face. Sleeping heavily.
Damn it, I forgot smelling salts. Always bring smelling salts. Just start rummaging in my box.
Why do you need that?
But is it a human face?
He's more so monkey-like. Gorilla-like, if anything.
Okay. Well, I don't think this guy's human, but I could try to speak with him with my beast speak. If you guys give me like a few minutes to prepare.
While you do that, I think... Has anybody tried to gently prod him? Hand on the shoulder, say hello? Anything like that?
Yes.
I've shaken this guy.
Is there any snow around?
And it's very much a frosty cave at the moment.
Is he snoring a lot?
It's not so snoring.
Actually, no, my character wouldn't be smart enough to pull off that trick anyway, so nah, never mind.
Fair enough. It's still just a heavy breathing.
Can I go close to the two orbs, crystals that were being held in those hands?
It's not his hands. They're like naturey hands poking out from the ceiling and the cave wall. One is a wooden hand that reaches towards where he is sitting in the chair, and the other is an icy hand reaching out towards him in the chair. That is pointing. One is pointing down at the icicle emerging from the ground, and the other is a vine that hangs from the finger that pokes down, with has an acorn in it.
Could you give me those descriptions again?
So, on the left, wooden hand with a vine hanging down, and at the end of the vine, there's an acorn. Guy in the middle in the chair. On the right, frost hand, whereas it's poking down, and at the bottom, emerging from the ground, an icicle with an icy crown on it.
Ah. I have a feeling that whatever is going on here is also tied. I go like close to the ice hand. To these hands here. We have like this ice one, I think, symbolized the cold and the winter, and I trundle over to the summery wooden hand, and this one, the verdant summer.
What if we just try to take the objects?
I walk over to the ice one again and go like, I have no idea, and just take the crown.
You just take the crown.
I attempt to take the crown.
You attempt to
Let's
take
find
the crown.
out. Yes.
Surprisingly to you, when you grab onto the crown, it comes off the icicle with ease. Just a bare snap, and the crown's in your hand. And as this happens, all the snow around you begins melting instantly, forming small water puddles. The temperature rises within the cave. And the guy in the chair begins to take a different shape.
Well,
Before you suddenly sits a man in a fur coat with long brown hair. And he gives a slight grunt. Visitors.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
We couldn't really wake you up, and I don't know if you've noticed, but this place seems to be a bit out of whack.
He looks around, pondering the meaning of whack. Interesting.
I hope I'm not in the process of accidentally taking anything of yours. If I just sort of hold the crown. If this is yours, I can give it back.
I see. I should have known. Too good to be true, isn't it? When a stranger offers you two powerful items, you shouldn't be greedy.
Who offered you these items?
I don't know, some woman, I think. I don't remember, honestly. Do you guys know what year it is?
Do we know
Hold
what
on.
It is?
I feel like I've been through this myself. I have a different question for you. How long ago did Darkmund fall?
I mean, isn't it still fallen?
What do you mean, still falling?
No, but...
Was it recent?
No, it's quite some time ago. We'll say a few hundred years or so.
Then you probably haven't been out for too long. I personally woke up a couple of days ago in a crypt in Darkmund and, figured out it'd been 30 years.
Oh god, I don't hope it's been 30 years. What has happened to my village? Are people still safe?
There are no
Probably
people
not.
left. If this is
That-
a
oh,
village.
We don't know that.
We
didn't check
that
all
is
the houses,
correct.
did we?
But we can also definitely say something is wrong. We met those two people who said there was this village, but they didn't know anything. Whenever we asked them about the names of anyone, they couldn't say a name, not even their own. It's like the conversation they kept forgetting what they'd said and then would say it again.
Who are you
I sort of,
anyway?
Me? I'm Torvald. I am the chief of this, small village, actually. I was hoping to use these artifacts to bring a more bountiful harvest, but when I heard that I could also gain power from this, points at Paluna, at the crown, and I could become strong. And I kind of got greedy and I stole both of them, but I guess...
Where did you steal them from?
I met a lady in, what's the place called again? Northwatch, that's the place. I met a lady in Northwatch, and she offered me one or the other in exchange for... I don't remember.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
And then you also took the other item.
Kind of. Yeah, I did. I guess I did. I mean, they're here.
Is that the last thing you remember? Taking the items?
I took my items and I came back to the village and I celebrated. We had a party. And then after drinking, I went back to... Why am I in here?
This is where we found you.
Huh.
I don't know why you're in here, but there's been this magical winter emanating from here, covering the area with snow,
No.
and it's summer.
Okay.
Seems like you
Not
might
to
have something to
mention
do with that.
The magical winter goes away very quickly, becomes what I assume is a magical summer, and then it starts happening again.
Huh. No, that doesn't ring any bell. The last thing I remember is the party. Drinking heavily. Female companionship. Yeah. Then... Huh. Well, I should see how my village is doing. Probably should get back to work. Do you guys mind if I...
No,
I need to
wait
get
a
off from the
minute.
chair? Okay. Very intimidating, pale woman.
Yes, well, you just look like some kind of beast, and now you look, like a human.
Oh, I mean, I am quite strong, thank you for noticing.
It's not what I meant. I believe you were under some kind of curse.
Yeah. I think I
And-
would know if I was under a curse, young miss. I mean, your blue guy over here seems to be under a curse. You should get him fixed if there's anything.
He's not
I
under
myself
a
is
curse,
looking
he's from
fine.
the Feywild.
That is very rude of you, sir. I do not take kindly to that comment.
Now, let's not get angry at each other on small misunderstandings. This man has just woken up from what has likely been several years of sleep, and likely cursed too. We did kind of very much try to wake you up before we took the crown, and you responded to nothing.
I am a heavy sleeper after a drink, I'll admit to that.
Wait, Torvald.
Nobody's that heavy of a sleeper, trust me.
You're not taking this seriously. You've been sleeping for years at least. The village
Well, I
is
should see to my village. What? The village is...
It doesn't seem
Well-
to be any people around. Maybe they're asleep in their houses, I don't know, but it's definitely been years since anyone was alive here.
I don't believe you. I have to
Okay,
see for myself.
let's go and have a look, shall we?
Alright then.
Before we go, should we take the various items of magic in here first and bring them with us, so we don't leave anything that could, cause a climate disaster behind?
Okay, well, let's think about this. Baluna, he had both artifacts together and somehow got cursed, so let's not keep them... You keep the crown, I'll take the acorn, okay?
Honestly, I was going to suggest Beer took the acorn. He seems to be the nature guy, much
Fine.
more spiritually in tune with it than I am.
Here,
I
you
do
take
love
the
nature.
acorn. Just don't
Sure,
eat
we
it.
should take it. We don't know what might happen, but I guess, yeah.
I mean,
Hopefully bring
we
back
already
the
took one of them.
natural weather.
Well, didn't this guy just say that if you take both, that you get cursed or something?
That's why Paluna has one, and you'll take the other.
Okay, I mean, you guys are a lot smarter than me, so I'll trust you. I'll grab the...
The 8 in character said to the 9 and 10 in character, "You're smarter than me." We're all idiots.
So, can I go see my village and see how it's doing?
You're not leaving us. We're coming with you.
Let's go.
Does nothing
is this
happen,
how
by
you
the way,
greet
when I,
everybody?
pick up the thing?
I should
I
pick
picked
up
the crown. Oh, yeah.
Paluna picked up the crown, and Beer picked up the acorn.
Mhm.
And the familiar sensation runs over you. As it is for you, Beer. You get a feeling that there is something you can draw upon within this object.
Oh, very nice. I'll hold on to this one.
And Paluna, you get a feeling that if you just concentrated a bit more and put this item on your head, something might come of it.
I mean, Paluna will not do that yet, but I will take a while to, examine what it looks like to see if there's any clues, religious symbols, or other such things carved into it.
And as you're holding and inspecting it, while it seems to be made of ice...
I'll do it on the move, by the way, while we're walking towards...
of course. It's very intricately made of ice, but it's not cold to the touch. And just seems to be a very beautifully made crown-like structure with a pointy, curvy end in the front.
No
symbols?
You
know the crown from... no symbols. You know the crown from Lord of the Rings that Aragorn gets at the end? Yeah, sort of like that, but made out of ice.
Very beautiful.
It does look very beautiful. Yeah, if I don't see anything, I'm just gonna slap it on my head as we walk on.
The moment you slap it on your head, you just keep walking, but Beer Valentina, you start to feel cold. The temperature around you is dropping, and your movement feels sluggish.
I start to feel cold too?
You somehow feel cold too.
Ooh, take it off.
Luna, what are you
Getting
doing?
cold in here.
Luna, you somehow feel smarter in this moment. You feel like you could... Yeah, you could calculate things faster and better in this very moment.
Oh, it's big brain time.
Your intellect is currently considered 14.
Man, let's go. Why should I take it off?
I don't feel
cold.
so good. It's weird. I feel things.
It's been a blizzard outside. It was super winter. Of course it's cold. It's supposed to be cold.
I didn't notice anything.
I distinctly remember beer freezing last night.
Yeah,
But-
it's starting to freeze now.
If it's, yes, fine, I take the crown off.
You begin to drool a bit as you
Whoa!
feel your intellect slowly dwindling down again. But the temperature normalizes around you, and Beer and Paluna, Valentina, you no longer feel sluggish in your movement.
I just hold the crown up. I'm pretty sure this thing makes me smarter when I'm wearing it. I think.
Okay.
cool.
Are you sure I can't wear it?
Maybe
You feel all sluggish and cold.
maybe not now, Maybe some other point when the time is more right.
This could be valuable. I'll stuff it in my trunk.
So keep all of it.
I will write down Frosty Crown.
All right, I can send you the text directly.
I mean, I haven't attuned to it yet, so are you sure you want to?
Doesn't have to be attuned to know what it does.
Nifty. Not exactly, the appropriate class or things for this. But I'm sure the B part is going to be real fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely keeping that in for later.
Here, I'm gonna send you the text for the other thing,
Mm-hmm.
and you can decide what to do with that.
And Emma, just to be sure, you don't use a lot of ice magic, right?
No.
Alright. Interesting. Well, with the acorn and the crown removed, how is the outside looking?
As you exit the cave, you notice that people are wandering around in the village. It's warm, it's summery. While some houses are still looking shabby and worn down, people seem to already be at work mending them, talking with each other.
What in the ever-living is going on here?
I guess there were people in the houses.
I guess so.
Seems like we broke this ice curse.
Orwell is looking around.
Go
ahead.
Is it worth saying that this felt too easy? Just looking to the two others.
Oh, I thought you were making.
I don't know.
There, yeah.
I can't shake the feeling that something's up.
I don't know. Let's maybe talk to these people. I look over at Torvald.
I mean, my town looks fine. I don't see what you guys are on about. I mean, that house could probably use some mending, and that, oh god, they had a wild party, didn't they? Breaking houses, that's the first. But
It wasn't a party, you were asleep. And so was the rest of these people. You cursed them.
Uh-huh.
Well, we don't know specifically he cursed them.
Of course he did. He got greedy and took all the objects. Whatever.
Just see Luna sort of like wishy-washing his hands back and forth, like maybe, but it's okay to be greedy. It's not like an inherently bad thing to want things.
I guess.
He gets me. He gets me. I like this guy. Granted, see, nothing came out of it. We all fine. We had a party, and you guys get your whatever, I guess. I should be mad about you guys taking those things. They belong to me.
You should be thanking us for saving your village. Maybe some compensation is in order.
Do you want beets, or do you want apples, or pears, or
gold?
No, actually, looking at my rations, I could use some food, and we are traveling here, so.
I mean,
you want a berry?
Those berries are weird.
I got some bucket berries if you want to.
Don't offer this guy your berries, Spear.
Okay. I mean, I'll just keep them to myself.
Torvald, we could take some food and a place to stay for the night.
Right. Unfortunately, I'm right out of buildings, apparently.
Well, let's go talk to your people, see how they enjoyed the party, shall we?
Ah, sure. Let's go. Ah, I love this town. We don't deal much in gold, though. We're mostly farmers and a few capable fighters, but I'm definitely the most capable of them all.
I'd look at him and see if he has a necklace.
From what you can glance with your passive perception, no necklace. Speaking of necklaces, I was definitely wrong the last time. Paluna is the only one for golden one, and Valentina
I
has the
knew
silver
it.
one. And
You fucking tried to gaslight us.
you found a golden necklace from that guy you killed on the ship, and you used it to open the thing, but you never actually got one yourselves personally.
I feel so vindicated.
Yeah.
Right,
I
it is
admit when
time
I'm wrong.
to just violently bully you guys for being amateur adventurers.
It's okay, Mickey.
No, it's not.
It's
You're not
fine.
promoted to DM. Good luck.
I already wrote my script in the chat before, so.
True.
Don't
It's
worry
a good
too much
ending,
about
guys.
it. Mickey. After all, nobody. Well, we have the queen of gaslighting in this room, right? Like, just the whole Kira saga. No wonder you might get gaslighted yourself, just from the pure gaslighting proximity.
I don't even remember who Kira is anymore at this point. I doubt she even existed.
So we follow Torvald to a group of people.
Yeah. And as you're walking around, the story pretty much repeats. Every person you meet remembers a party being had and promises of a bountiful harvest. No one can quite put a finger on how wild the party was. All they know is that they have to fix it and continue on with the harvesting, as winter may come anytime.
I point out to them that it's summer.
Well, it doesn't make it untrue that winter may come at any time, now does it?
In this place, yeah. They're probably right.
I think we solved that issue.
You think so? It's just taking the crown off the icicle. Is that it?
I would like to cast Detect Magic again, using a spell slot.
Alright, you can mark off a spell slot.
Mm-hmm.
And as your vision changes, nothing. You're looking around and you're seeing a village. You notice that Torvald has one magical item on his body.
Oh.
And of course your allies shining brightly.
Everything.
With everything. Even their cock rings are shining for some reason.
Hey, yo?
Who? Huh?
Nani?
They didn't even know
we
that
would
goes.
not spoil this.
Oh man.
It was supposed to be a surprise.
Your magical Prince Albert.
Okay, I look towards the mountain to see if I can see any magic left there.
I should turn around to look at the mountain behind you. The mountain is gone.
What? Is gone? The whole mountain?
There's only a small hillside with the one big cabin on it.
What the hell?
Not even a cave opening or anything.
Nothing.
I think that was the cause, yes. And I look towards Torvald. So, you have any special items on you?
Oh, I always keep my trusty axe on me. It's good for chopping trees and keeping off those pesky wolves and all that.
Is he holding his axe?
He's like waving a small hand axe. You definitely recognize as the source, as it has like a slight glowy after trail from enhancement magic.
Oh. I see. Well,
I mean, this is just awkward now.
You guys, I don't know what to tell you. We had a party, things got a bit offhand. I shouldn't have taken those things. Fair enough. You have now taken them. It's your responsibility now.
So what you're telling us is never put those two things in the hands of the same people. Well, the same person.
Why would I tell you that?
Because let's just say that, and I point to the cabin, was a mountain a couple of hours ago, and I point like up in the air, like just up to like almost like, you know, when you stand next to a mountain, it just keeps going up. That went up to there.
He's following the trace of your fingers, like, we don't have any mountains around here.
Don't you remember you were just in a mountain? That's where we found you?
Well, if I may share my personal idea, I think whatever happened put this region into like some kind of summer winter loop that kept just going forwards and backwards with everyone being stuck until we came and
like
took
my party last night, if you know what I mean. No, not a moment for that.
Not entirely.
I need some beer.
How about
Yeah.
Oh yeah, me too.
Okay.
I'll take some.
You have some?
Oh, I thought you had some. You had a party.
I mean, yeah, usually after a party, you drink all the beer. Now we need to go back to the city to buy more.
Which city?
Okay.
Northwatch?
For beer, there is the Eastwatch garrison to the west of here, and the Taxwatch garrison to the north.
I see.
There's
Well?
Darkmund if you want to take a chance at being killed, but
Oh no, we solved that problem.
you guys are talking about mountains and winter and summer, and now you're talking about solving Darkmund.
You know what? I'll bet you go back to Darkmund. You'll tell me if that place is as bad as it was when you went to sleep. I just have this like smirk of a man who is willing to make a bet, but also absolutely sure he would win it. And I'm not hiding it either.
Okay. You're asking a small village chieftain to take himself and his best few men to go to a potentially dangerous place just to confirm something a stranger said to him.
Oh, you wouldn't even need to take your best men. You won't even need to get into the city. You'll get close and see that it is no longer a giant cloud of darkness over it, and that'll convince you.
He's pondering this for a bit. Make a persuasion check with advantage, because you're so certain of yourself.
Uh, 10 and 10.
That's a good one.
He's eyeing you a bit up and down. Maybe someday. Right now, apparently I have a village to rebuild after.
So, some food for us? For Poluna? Beer?
Go ask the farmers. They probably have some handouts, I guess. It's not for me to decide what they do with their food.
I see.
Right, we could, just also buy food. That is allowed.
I know, you just
Once
said you were low on
again-
supplies. I thought we could get some kind of reward. For lifting a curse they don't realize they had.
I think we've gotten the reward. The reward is in the curse being lifted, and the two very magical objects that we now currently have in our possession that should never cross beams.
Right. Well, it's getting sort of late, and if they don't have any room here, we just should find somewhere else to put up camp.
Well, do you guys have an inn nearby?
I mean, we usually just use one of the family's houses as the party place. An inn? I think we're a bit too small of a town for that.
I nod.
I know too.
I'm not free.
Oh, you got me there. You should come and party with us one day.
But I have to go to Eastwatch, sadly.
Eastwatch? That's so far away.
Uh,
Why didn't you
Yeah.
take a boat?
There were no boats.
Yeah.
Huh.
Besides, the dock was a bit full of all the people trying to, leave Darkmount after long-term imprisonment.
I mean, you could go to Taxwatch or Eastwatch Garrison and sail through the canals back to Eastwatch. It's still probably faster than walking, I think.
Oh.
That is maybe a good idea. Good. Go past
Let's-
Eastwatch Garrison.
Eastwatch Garrison sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
I've heard that what's his face again? This young kid, Edmund Swan. That's his name. I think he's the current son of the Duke in that town.
Hey, he's a good friend of ours.
Edmund Swan is the son of the Duke in Eastwatch Garrison?
I mean, last time was around. Yeah. He's a very good tradesman. I tell you that. And he wanted to be such a fine adventurer when he grew up.
Edmund Swan?
Yeah. Like,
He is grown up.
No. Edmund Swan is like 10-ish, I think.
No.
Oh,
That's not
no.
a grown up in my world, I tell you that. But if that's grown up in your world, hey, I don't judge what you guys do. Blue folks and pale folks and.
Man, you are in for. Oof. And I thought mine was bad. At least I'm not human. Absolute elf racism poking out here.
That's a good point.
I think you might have been asleep longer than you
Yeah.
like to admit.
You may want to, at some point spend some
Prepare
time
yourself.
going around to find some young or old acquaintances and just be ready for a shock. It's
ready?
It's going to be a bit wild.
I make a persuasion check.
I'm not trying to persuade him, though. I'm just being honest with him.
Right, and sometimes honesty is very persuasive. So, if things are as you say they are, and bad things did happen, and this is not the outcome of a heavy bender. I'm glad I didn't grow old while I was in whatever I was.
It takes a long time to grow old anyway. You
Well,
shouldn't be worried about
You
that.
did turn into this beastly figure during this winter periods, it seems.
Okay, young miss. I am bulky, I'm not a beast. I know it looks scary, but you don't have to.
You don't
No,
scare me.
Your face did not look like your face. It looked like what was it, some kind of monkey thing? Look, I know what we're saying sounds strange, off in the extreme, and just weird. When you have the time, you've gotten over your current hangover or the bender, just travel close enough to Darkmount that you would see the dark clouds if it was still cursed. And then when you see they're not there, take a moment to consider what we've been telling you.
Well, Luna, it doesn't matter.
Okay. I will.
Mr. Monkey Man. I forgot your name.
What the fuck?
How
Okay.
far
Oh,
away? How far away are we from Eastwatch Garrison?
Eastwatch Garrisons is about 3 days to the west. Let's see. Well, don't take my word for it anymore, because apparently I haven't been in the loop lately. But it should be a straight walk across the plains, and then you'll meet a tri-point of the river's crossing. You'll be passing the somber woods on the way, and the stampeding woods and the scattered peaks, and then you'll hit Eastwatch Garrison. It's like a small couple of houses, but it's a beautiful place by the lake, and apparently the king has plans for making it a fine checkpoint for collecting taxes.
I don't do well with never mind.
You don't. Well, that's why we out here made our own village. We're kind of defectors from all that hypocrisy, you know.
Yeah, taxes, hypocrisy.
Yeah.
Silliness that kings think that they should be able to take the money we earned.
We
earned it. Besides,
Well,
don't use it in anything useful except just more pretty houses and gilding their palaces.
You know, and now that you mentioned it, does sound pretty good.
anyways, we should be going.
We probably should.
Right. Good.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Luck.
Yeah, good luck to you too.
Thank you. This guy's nice, even though he's blue. I'm sorry about the blue comment. It's
Yeah,
the
you
first.
really need to stop saying that. Like, it's a bad thing, you know?
Listen, it's the first descriptor I see, okay? I can't help it.
Yeah, but you say it like it's a bad thing.
No, but it's
It's just, imagine waking up from a hangover and you see a guy that's you tall and blue, and you're just like a small fellow. It
That's
might not
kinda
seem
what
that
happened
bad
to you,
to you,
Paluna.
but most of us are a bit oblivious to it.
Is he always like this?
Yes.
Yeah, he's kind of annoying, actually.
You can live in my town if you want. You don't have to travel with that guy.
Well, you just keep calling me blue, so don't think that's gonna work out.
Nah, that's fair. Anyway, I should get back to drinking. Building the village.
Good luck with that.
Yeah.
Well, Luna, beer, come on. I'm gonna start walking ahead.
Alright.
I just start following and say to be on the road, I'm impressed that she keeps forgetting her horse.
All right.
Maybe she finally enjoys the pleasures of walking.
Oh, I think there's hope for her, There's nothing like a good walk over the next hillside to see what's on there. What's beyond, right?
Exactly. Nothing beats walking for days and days on end. With no
Seeing
end in
the
sight.
sights.
Beautiful. I agree.
Absolutely.
Alright, you guys know the way.
As we kind of get away a little bit from the village, I stop and I turn to Beer and Paluna. So he mentioned that we have to pass through the Somber Woods.
Yeah.
That's where Lucian was from.
Oh, yeah.
And Lucian said that there was some kind of attack there and that everyone in the Somberwood died. So I don't know what we're facing there. But we should definitely be on guard.
Yeah, let's keep our eyes open.
Could also still go over the mountain range if that's...
I don't know if
More-
that is gonna lead us to Eastwatch Garrison.
No, but we could skip that, I guess, if you don't want to go to the Somber Woods.
Well, the road, it goes on. And I start walking west.
Alright.
Towards Eastwatch Garrison. So Luna no longer let himself be persuaded by others' sense of direction. He's taking on control of his own life and is now walking with firm strides and confidence straight west into some place he doesn't know of. Actually, you do kind of
What's
know of
the west that could happen?
That's the
Guys, I'm quitting D&D.
understandable. Not if I quit first.
Damn it! Why does my D&D parties keep expanding on me?
I don't understand.
I wonder what's the problem.
Could the problem be me? No.
No, surely not. It must be everybody around me that's flawed.
The hubris. Anyway, you proceed walking west, and the landscape around you seems fairly summerish, normal, quote unquote. Hills, landscapes, open plains, no particular standing out sights ahead of you. Some trees emerging in the distance.
While we're walking, I'll eat the berry.
To eat the berry.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose I should mark down some rations as well. since we've
Last
been on
chance,
the road for a
go
couple of days.
Anyone want one?
No, it got a little weird last time.
I'll take a berry.
All right. One pocket berry for you.
Thank you.
All right.
Consume the pocket berry.
You consume the pocket berry. And as you eat it, what happens, Beer?
You feel very full. And get a little warm, fuzzy feeling inside.
Aw.
Roll a d100 for me.
Me or him?
You, Valentina.
You.
Hear him. Yes.
Please roll a d10 for me.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh nay. Oh nay.
Nothing seems to happen.
Okay.
You continue to walk in the western direction as nighttime comes close. You walk for a few hours, and it's time to set up camp. There's no obvious clearing nearby. The forest that is emerging in the background is still a half a day to a day away, estimating roughly.
Well, I guess we just have to throw up ye old camp and do the watch rotation as usual.
Yes.
All right. Beer, any objections? Or are you just gobbling away on berries?
Yeah. Just fine.
Nom, nom, nom. All right. Do any of you guys have any bedtime rituals you want to do before heading off to sleep?
If anything, once we have fallen asleep, I'll try on the crown. Like, focus on it properly. Find, like, yeah, I think attune to it. If my character is knowledgeable enough about that.
You are. We established like a few sessions ago when you had the first artifacts that you don't need to attune to them to properly use them. The attunement is more like a quick slot bar setup because you can only have 3 usable at a time. But as long as you don't have 3 usable, then you don't have to attune them to change which ones are currently in effect, so to say. So you can use it without attuning it at the moment, but you can also attune just to make sure that that one is the one you can use in case you suddenly have 3 more on you.
I think this one should be attuned to. It seems very strong, even if I don't get use from half of it.
Right. So who takes the first shift?
I can take the first shift again.
You take the first shift. All right.
I mean, if you wouldn't mind, I wouldn't mind some alone time at night. I could take a shift if that's okay.
Sure. I'll just go get ready for bed then.
All right. Beard takes the first shift, I imagine.
Before I go to sleep, could I do a little prayer?
Of course.
Obviously,
what do you say? What do you do?
I don't have my medallion, or I have it, but it's broken, so I'm not wearing it. But it's in my back, in my pocket. But I'll just close my eyes and fold my hands and say, Arkham, please show me a sign of what I must do to gain your favor once more, or how I may help you. And that's it.
All right. Dear Paluna, any rituals before going to bed? Well, Paluna, Beer, you're staying up. Paluna, any nighttime rituals?
Just attuning to the crown.
Just attune to the crown. Understood. Beer.
Yes.
As your shift starts, first I would like for you to make a perception check for me.
Boom. I'm
1
blind.
billion. That's insane.
I'm mega blind, baby.
So tell me, what is
True
causing you to
blindness.
be this distracted for you not to look out properly into the dark?
Well, as his party members are falling asleep, he starts by pulling out his collection of special flowers that he has.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's in his left hand, he's holding these flowers, and he's just concentrated on them. And at one point, you see like the flower, like the little what you call it, like the knob of it. It like fully blooms into like this beautiful, colorful like flower.
Mhm.
It's like, he mumbles to himself. What is happening? My powers are. I don't understand, but I'm sure Oberon has a plan for me. I just gotta have faith. Then from his right hand, like a little fire flickers into his hand, holding it, but it's not really hurting him. And then poof, it goes out. Interesting. Well, better keep this quiet for now. And he's just too busy, like looking at anything else, just playing with the flower, making the flower bloom and wilt and then bloom again.
As you're sitting there, doing whatever you're doing, you notice for the first time in a few days a small creature running up next to you. Slightly hesitating to begin with, but then moving closer and closer. A small rabbit sitting before you, looking up at you, getting up on his back paws, one hand slowly touching your leg.
Hey, little guy.
Whenever a small flower sprouts, you see the ears points towards the flower and then slowly falls down again when it disappears.
I hold out a berry. See if I can lure it back to me.
What kind of berry are you talking about?
A pocket berry.
All right. It's sniffing hesitantly, but it senses your calm nature as if it has some kind of understanding. Steps a bit closer, reaches out for the berry with the mouth.
Just hand it over. Or let him take it from my hand, open hand.
All right. It begins, in full trust and faith in you, to gobble down on the berry. Let me just roll real quick.
The rabbit fireballs itself.
You see the berry, and the bunny begins to eat the berry. It disappears from sight. Appears a few feet away from you, confused for a moment, and then proceeds to eat the berry again. Disappears from sight, and reappears further away. And that repeats over and over again, as the bunny is now randomly teleporting around for a solid minute.
It's a warp bunny! Run!
I'm just really enjoying the sight. And these berries are amazing.
Not a displacer beast, a displacer bunny.
Yeah. Well,
The
I
bunny
use
approaches
my,
you once more.
sorry?
The bunny approaches you once more
Mm.
with a greedy look in his eyes.
You want more?
It's hesitant, but it reaches out for one more time.
I guess. Give him another berry.
It grabs onto the berry, but instead of eating it, it runs off.
Goodbye, little fella. I'll just wait a little bit and then I'll wake up Valentina. Valentina, your turn.
Yes, okay. Did anything happen?
Oh, what's this funny bunny?
A funny bunny? What's that?
Yeah, like a teleporting bunny.
Teleporting bunny? That's called a funny bunny? I never
Yeah.
heard of such a beast. Was it big?
No, it's just small little guy.
So it
If he
wasn't
goes
dangerous.
back, he might want one of those pocket berries. So I'll give you my last one.
Oh, okay.
Alright. Have a good watch, I guess.
Yes. Good sleep, Bear.
Thank you. To sleep.
Just mumble like funny bunny. Funny bunny. And then I go sit down by the campfire.
Alright. Before we take your watch, Poluna, you find yourself in a familiar space. In an open, ocean-like environment, once again surrounded by shipwrecks. And you recognize the ship that you before saw reassemble itself before you, now floating on the ocean. And below you, sharks circulating around you. In your hand, you find a familiar coin.
I just say to the shark, "Oh, get over yourself, guys."
You feel an urge to flip the coin.
I flip the coin.
Roll a d21 for me.
11.
Remind me again,
18.
which side did you prefer to be the good or bad one?
I mean, heads is good, tails is bad, on the middle is extraordinary something.
Yes. All right.
And
As you
to be
grab the
fair,
coin-
Poluna believes something extraordinary did happen because he walked straight into winter summer hellscape.
As you grab the coin again and the results reveal itself before you, it has the tail side upwards. You see the sharks circling below you, closing in. And that's where your dream ends. Beer.
Ain't that a bitch?
You find yourself in a familiar village. Resuming from where you last left this place, you just reach out for a child before you who was grabbed and sucked into the ground before you. And you hear cackling behind you. A mad cackling growing louder and louder, echoing throughout the entire area. And then the dream ends. Valentina, your shift is up. Roll a perception check for me.
Yeah.
$14. You look throughout the night. Nothing seems unusual. Just sitting there by yourself. And then you see Beer. Around him, another circle of flowers has formed. But half the circle is wilted, whereas the other is fully in bloom.
I walk over to Beer and I try to pick a flower that's not wilted.
As you pick the flower, the moment it leaves the ground, it wilts in your hand at a rapid pace.
I start shoving Beer under his shoulder. Beer, look!
What?
Look at the flowers.
Oh. How pretty.
Well, some of them are wilted.
How weird.
Aaron, go back to sleep.
What do you think that means?
I don't know. Last time it was like this, all the flowers are blooming, but now some of them are wilted. Try to pick one of the unwilted ones.
Okay. I'll pick one.
As you pick it up, you feel a tugging from somewhere in your possession.
Okay.
You feel anything, Beer?
Well, sure. Can I feel what is tugging at me?
As you go reach for it, it is the flower with the 2 petals on it. Previously 3, now 2 petals. It seems to resonate in some way.
I
Wants to get closer to it.
hold it next to the flower that's sprouted around me.
All the bloomed flowers, in a shimmering manner, begins to dissolve. And in a glimmery way, sparkly way, flies up and is sucked into your flower. And a
What
third
the
flower
hell?
blooms. A third leaf blooms back on the flower once again.
Wow,
Oh.
that's amazing.
Yeah, you saw that too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. This flower is more powerful than I even thought.
It's
Maybe
got
that's
quite
why
the flower power.
Maybe that's why all these things are happening.
What things?
No, never mind. You didn't hear that.
What things, Beer?
Well, the berries, the pocket berries.
Right.
Yeah, they just show up. I don't know.
And you used that flower to talk to your god, right?
Well, I kind of figured it was something to do with the Feywild, so thought it would be, you know.
Maybe the berries were a gift
Somewhat
from your
suitable.
god.
You think so?
Maybe, if it's related to the flower.
Oh,
Well, you go back to
That could
sleep.
be. Alright. If you see any more flowers like that, be sure to wake me up again.
Yeah.
Beer goes back to sleep,
Mm-hmm.
and Valentina's watch resumes. The night goes by without any encounters. Your shift comes to a close. And now there's only one thing left to do. Wake up Paluna.
I go over to Paluna. Paluna, wake up.
Good even night.
Huh?
Shitty dreams.
Oh, did you have a bad dreams?
Yeah. At least the kind of dream that makes me feel like something bad is going to happen, but that's neither here nor there. My shift?
Yes, your shift. Everything has been quiet except Beer said he encountered some kind of funny bunny that ate berries. Oh, and I give him the last pocket berry. And Beer said to give this to the funny bunny if it comes back.
All right, I won't argue with that. I'll watch out for the funny bunny.
Okay. Apparently it's not dangerous.
I solemnly nod my head.
Go
Of course,
to
not
sleep.
The funny bunny is not dangerous and it wants the funny berry. Yes.
All right.
Yeah. I start my watch. Do you require
Valentina.
perception?
No. First, I'm gonna. We're first gonna resolve this real quick. Real quick, I say. Anyway, Valentina, as you fall asleep, you find yourself in a familiar space. You find yourself before this shadowy kneeling figure who seems to be wrapped up in chains. The figure raises his head, still covered in shadows, looking towards you. You see a light glint of teeth emerging on the face. And he speaks words. Consume. Stop worshipping a false god. You find yourself able to respond.
Consume what?
The toothy grin goes wide. Before you materializes an object familiar to you. The orb that has once drained your blood in exchange for his service. And then the dream ends. Paluna, please roll a perception check for me.
23.
Looking throughout these late night, early morning as sun is slowly begins to rise in the horizon. You notice the first odd thing on your travel. Animals. Nature. Deers in the background, a few bears walking towards the woods, bunnies jumping in the grass early morning, butterflies, birds chirping, flying over you.
Peace. The world is as it should be.
The rest of your shift goes by without any issue, and you have all completed a long rest once again.
Nice.
The day starts anew, and it's time to wake up everybody.
Good morning. I'll probably just cook some breakfast using my rations over a fire.
All right.
Make, some proper adventurous / man on the road food for everybody. would you guys like a bite before we hit the road? Or, well, plains.
What kind of a bite?
Of deliciously cooked rations.
Oh,
Sure.
Fantastic.
is that all you're offering, or?
That, and the wonderful spirit of a man who's been up for 3 hours in the morning.
Okay. Sure.
And cooking food.
Good job.
Today is hopefully going to be a great day and nothing bad will happen. I am sure of it.
That's the spirit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's go. Eat some breakfast.
Hey guys, hypothetical question. You know these artifacts we found here and there? And then the masked man, he talked about consuming artifacts. You remember that?
Yeah. Sure, I remember, yeah.
Hypothetically
What about
speaking, how would you consume an artifact? That seems kind of crazy. Do you eat it, or?
I definitely wouldn't know how that would work.
Really?
No.
Okay. So you have no idea how it's done then?
Nope. Definitely not.
Make an insight check.
Bia, go ahead and make a deception check, and Valentina, go ahead and make an insight check.
I might also, like...
Why would you
I'm
say
also
I'm making
picking
a
up on
deception
this.
check? Huh? Maybe I'm making a persuasion check, you know?
go.
Bear's clearly lying and he's starting to sweat while you're talking about it.
At this point, Paluna will go in like, beer?
Yeah.
Beer,
Just tell
you're
us.
hiding something?
Oh no, he's hiding something.
I definitely didn't consume an artifact, if that's what you're
You
going on
consumed
about.
an artifact?
So
No, I
how
said I
definitely...
definitely didn't do it.
Beer.
So how definitely didn't you do it?
Like 100%.
Okay, Beer, listen.
Yeah, but but what way did you go about not consuming
If you
it?
were to not consume it, how would you not do that?
Well, the thing is, you definitely don't go to someone that can do the ritual for you. And then you definitely don't pay them like 300 gold pieces.
I see.
Could you tell us who this someone could be? You know, just an hypothetical.
I could not.
Well then, who couldn't it be?
Well, definitely not powerful, like magic users. Definitely not those people.
All right, definitely not. I just look Valentina in the eye and go like, yeah, this guy's definitely lying.
Yeah, okay.
I know.
You
Not
guys
saying
got me.
anything to her, just nodding at her.
I went to the Dockmaster, okay, back in Darkmount,
Why?
and I made him like absorb the item into me,
I see. Why did you do
and
that?
it's fucking awesome.
Oh,
What? Yeah, I feel really powerful.
thought we talked about not doing that.
Well, I was lying, okay? You got me.
Huh. Okay.
I know. You probably couldn't tell, but I definitely wasn't
Yeah,
telling the
you're
truth.
very convincing.
So
I
I'm
know.
out of the loop here, but I haven't really heard why we shouldn't do that, other than the potential ramifications of adventure, godhood, evil shenanigans that are.
That's
I don't know,
why
you should-
you're not out of the
You
loop.
should definitely
that's...
do it. It's super cool.
Oh,
But see, that's the thing. It's really hard for that to be, a good argument on its own. It's like saying you shouldn't look on because the moon is shining. I will admit, my intuition says that there's a real danger to it, but it's not really my choice. It's his. I just sort of wave at Beer.
I mean, I can tell you one thing. I'm definitely gonna consume this new artifact I found. So,
just
first chance I get.
Be careful about it. If hopefully you don't end up, looping a region in.
Do you feel any different after
summer cycles
consuming the artifact?
I actually do, yeah.
In what way?
Just feel powerful, you know?
Just powerful.
Maybe that's where the bears come from.
Well, I see. Too bad we need someone who can cast this ritual. What ritual was it?
I mean, I'm not really a magic user. Just he did some things, and then I felt like.
What did he do?
Felt the artifact go into me, like it went straight into my chest, and then it just sort of became part of me. I mean, you should just probably experience it. I don't want to ruin the fun for you.
Yeah, but I'm not going back to the Dockmaster.
No, but I'm sure there's other people that could do it. He said something about he said something about other people being able to do it.
I wonder what kind of magic is required to do such a thing.
Yeah. Well, you have anything that you want to consume?
Yes, the orb I found. My dreams are telling me to consume it. I don't know if I should.
I see.
But at this point, I would do anything to try to get my... Whatever.
I get you. Don't have to say it. Anyways.
Yes.
Shall we get on the road?
Yes. I stand up and I summon my pony, my horse.
Look at my horse. My horse is amazing. Give it a lick. What? Right. You continue your journey still westwards, I assume? No change of mind, going backwards, or...
Eastwatch Garrison is the road's journey goal thing.
Booga booga. Booga booga. As you continue westwards, you see the forest closing in on you, about half a day's travel away from you.
Forest will forest.
Forest will forest. And as you say that, you realize that the trees further in are charred.
Oh, I think that's the place Lucian was talking about.
You may be correct.
I nod along. I think so.
So, when you say charred, are we talking burnt down stumps? Or rather, on a scale from Los Angeles to, mildly charred, where are we?
We're talking like a mixture of areas that have burned completely down, leaving pathways going through the woods, some trees having survived, stumps, other trees that have left itself as a charred mass without crumbling or breaking apart quite yet. It's a mixture of everything. Like a fire was burning wildly and may have been either burned out by itself or been blown in some way with the wind or been put out by natural ways. Who knows? It's a mixture of severity throughout the woods.
Well, whatever it was, it looks burnt out. I think we should be safe. Usually once a forest fire has happened, it doesn't really happen again.
Say that to California. Anyway.
Well, it keeps happening in new places in California. Trey. Those idiots decided, I'm going to build in a desert. I'm now going to take this desert and I'm going to plant a whole bunch of fucking trees in the desert and make them grow somehow. And then after a bunch of climate pollution and climate change, they have the nerve to be shocked when, holy shit, the city I built in the desert is also capable of burning.
Oh, Luna, you're getting off track here.
Where is this California you're talking about, Luna? That's kind of wild.
He's lost it again.
Okay, I guess we just move forward into the charred woods.
If anything, I'll try to see if I can, find the center of where the burning happened. Because I'm honestly a bit interested to see what happened to the Solution guy's hometown.
Go ahead, and as you are walking in, half a day has passed as you're approaching into this forest and walking deeper into it, walking through charred wooden remains. Make a survival check for me. And a nature check.
Survival?
Survival?
Natura.
Crazy.
This guy's crazy.
This guy's crazy. On average of
It's
what?
almost
23?
like he was built with the whole idea of being a rogue that makes his way around the woods and the wilderness.
Ain't no way.
You're walking through this woods, and you can definitely tell what intensity has been of fire in certain areas. And the way it's laid out, it definitely seems like it has originated from within the forest. There has been a center point of where this has started. And the center point, as you walk towards it, with your companions along with you, seems to be a village kind of scenario, though there is not much village left. Burned planks, some resemblance of stones that have been lined up to shape some kind of pattern, but it seems to have burned thoroughly down where this fire started.
Here.
Something you would estimate to be a village that can hold like a few thousand people.
Here. Whatever fire happened, it started from around here. This is the place.
Well, if I remember correctly, Lucia was talking about some sort of attack and them burning down his village or something, so that could very well be this place.
If you want to, we can take a good look around. There might be something to learn for once you meet your friend Lucian again.
I think you would like that.
Are there any buildings or like basements or such that survived the fire?
Nothing. It's surprisingly how
serious.
Many areas seem to have some kind of stone outline of what could have been a foundation of a house to some extent, but no wood, no structure, just purely foundational remains with a few planks of charred wood on top here and there. But it's definitely outlining a city that could hold quite a few people.
Whatever happened here was serious. Didn't just torch it a little. This is a complete eradication.
That's what Lucian said. He said he was the only survivor.
I bet. That sounds very reasonable. Fire like this?
So sad.
When in doubt with things like these, let's go look at the biggest building. I start looking for the biggest foundation or such around.
There's a massive circular foundation, seemingly what could be the center of this burned down village. Nothing remains.
I walk around carefully inspecting this foundation to see if there's anything to be learned from it.
Make an investigation check.
I should have taken the crown on.
You learn absolutely nothing. The visual before you far outshines anything that may seem like a small detail of notice. Make an insight check for me.
I can do those.
You can do those, indeed. Looking through all this, you walking through this remainder of a city. No signs of bodies, armors, weapons. Nothing.
I know fire cleanses all, but you know what, guys? This place doesn't look like there's been a fight.
I don't
There's-
know.
What do you mean?
There's nothing. No bodies, no armor, no signs of a struggle, nothing but just a completely burned away village.
Think fire could be that hot? That will burn away everything.
Lucian said they got attacked, but he didn't say by what.
Well,
Ooh, he was a bit mysterious, wasn't he? He didn't really shout that much.
Yes.
but even so, like a fire that burns away not the foundation, but a metal blade, a skeleton, and leaves these things looking this intact? This clean? I don't believe it.
Or maybe
No
it was
fire
a
is that thorough.
magical fire, you know?
Maybe.
Even so, then the foundation should be gone. It's whatever is done here. That something's off. Something's missing. You know. Can't put my finger on it.
You know, come to think of it, Lucian was very skeptical of. He didn't seem very fond of my necrotic gift, shall we say?
Oh, you think it's like necrotic?
I
Wow,
don't
is that
know. He didn't really share that much.
No, he
Give me a
actually
sec.
he didn't really say anything.
I reach into my bag and I pull out the crown, and place it upon my head.
Instantaneously, Bea and Valentina starts to feel this chill,
Ugh.
feeling sluggish again.
So much better.
So
So
much
much
worse.
clearer.
I sit down on a
Yes.
foundation piece from feeling sluggish.
So, is the crowd saying anything to you?
No, it's just letting me think.
Can't you think without wearing a crown?
It lets me think better. Just
Oh,
give me a
God.
moment. I just
Hurry up.
ruminate. You said something about not being a fan of necrotic magic, right?
Yes, Lucian didn't seem that fond of it.
Well, the natural conclusion is that if you have some kind of reason to have a extravagant grudge against necrotic magic, it's probably because of a necromancer. That could help explain all the missing bodies, you know? Because maybe all the skeletons, once the fire was out, was reanimated, dragged off to somewhere, making a natural army. This town was 1,000 large. A very skilled and powerful necromancer could definitely do that. And we know at least one of those. Although, I suspect he wasn't behind this. But that masked fellow at Darkmund. He
I
could
don't
raise
know.
the undead, probably.
It's so
But
cold.
that could definitely explain why everything has been looted. I go for a bit of a walk.
Mm-hmm.
But that isn't everything. Trinkets, jewelry, other such small things. To loot such a place like this entirely, it would have been a coordinated effort. As a group of people. Although I can't be sure of that.
Are we getting a bit of Sherlock Watson? Paluna, I feel like you're fishing, so I'll allow you to do a insight and a history check for me. And religion check.
Insight, history, and religion. Wow.
Oh, no.
You're definitely coming to a conclusion that something doesn't add up, but you seem to lack the foundation knowledge to put the pieces together.
Well, for now, this is unsolvable. I don't know what I need to know to put the pieces together, but there's too many things that are not adding up. I'd take off the crown and put it in my bag again. It helped a bit.
Well, what are we supposed to do with this information? That's no information, really.
Yeah.
Well, probably a necromancer, probably a coordinated group, and sometimes that's all you'll learn, and you just have to move on. So, more to the west?
Yeah.
More to the west.
Yeah.
You proceed throughout the woods, and you're leaving the child remains behind. The woods is starting to blossom once again. Life giving signs of themselves around you in the forest. And after a few hours of walk, you're clearing it, returning to a vast open plains on the other side. Nighttime is growing close, and it's time to set up camp once again.
Oh boy.
I'll take the first watch this time.
Yeah, you guys figure it out.
All right.
I'll just happily sleep this night away, if that's okay with you.
It is. At least for me. What about you, Valentina?
Yes, that's fine.
Alright, wake me up if you see some pretty flowers.
All right. Paluna takes the first watch. Roll a perception check for me.
Will do. Coming up 16.
Pretty decent. As the night goes by, no unusual signs, and your shift comes to close without issue. Anything you would like to do throughout the night?
I will just go about my shift as what's it called? As one is to do, and then I'll wake Valentina once mine is over. I don't really have any nightly activities.
Valentina, you are awoken by Paluna.
All right. I get up.
Valentina, please make a perception check as your night shift begins.
Oh.
Whoops. You're as blind as bear.
Anything you're doing throughout the night that would distract you?
I would keep thinking about the dreams I've been having and whether or not consuming this artifact would be a good idea. I pulled it out of my bag actually, looking at it, trying to hold it close to my chest and concentrate, seeing if that does anything.
Make a religion check for me.
Religion. So to find it.
You're sitting there concentrating on the orb. Make an insight check for me.
Okay.
When you have used the orb, you have felt the sensation of it draining the blood from you. What if you could reverse that effect? The same way that you suck the blood out of a creature for the first time from Kira. What if you could suck something else like the orb into you?
Are you trying to suggest that the vampire becomes a blood donor?
Yes. No.
I lift the orb to my mouth and I try to bite it with my fangs.
Make an arcana check for me.
Nom on the orb.
Oh.
Your rolls are just fucking going from one end of the spectrum to another, like, goddamn.
You bite the orb, and you hurt your teeth.
Ouch.
That wasn't the way to do it. But you're fairly certain that if you keep pondering over this, you could find a way to do something. You just need to feel the sensation of, instead of draining blood, perhaps you could drain objects.
I tried to lick the orb.
Tastes like metal.
Okay. I put the orb back in my inventory.
I know something else you can drain.
Huh?
Your wallet?
These nuts.
Damn.
Got him. He fell right into my trap.
What, I want to do that first, though.
Huh?
What?
Not me.
Anyway, your shift comes to a close without any issue. And a new day begins, as I assume you both took 4-hour watches and to let Beer sleep. No dreams comes to visit you this night, but a new day has started, and it's time to pack up things once again and proceed onwards on your adventure. I assume you proceed traveling west.
West to Eastwatch.
Eastwatch Garrison.
Yes, east that one.
Yes.
That one. West, East, Watch.
It's going to be really confusing when you get to bipolar watch and... anyway.
Man, as long as you don't put us in cardinal watch and we have to go into the cardinal directions to get there, okay?
Oh god, no, not again. At least we got Beer here to help us with that.
Beer, I'm going to need you to do some call-outs.
No. Never again.
Are we duo partners or are we light parties or... No? Okay. You proceed westward.
So how do we deal with the soup place?
Well, you'll tell Beer, but he's the one performing it. So, you proceed westward. And after about half a day's travel, a farm appears in the horizon. A house. Several smaller houses as you keep walking. And then a large wooden wall as a river expands behind it.
Hopefully, this farm is not cursed. like the last one.
Hopefully.
It would be nice if we met some normal people.
Yes. Some normal.
Honestly, I could use that. It's been a lot since I woke up.
Oh, that's right. That's horrible, Paluna. Only been in Darkmond and then the Cursed Farm and... Oh well, hopefully this place will be more,
Yeah, it's
regular.
been pretty non-stop.
Yeah.
Well.
You're approaching the farm a few hundred feet away, and there are people out tending to it in the moment, with beasts of burden plowing the fields. It seems to be a larger farm. 1 or 2 families might be gathered. And further away you see the garrison with its wooden wall, situated next to a riverbed, expanding far out into the distance. Are you heading straight for the garrison, or are you taking any stops on the way?
Let's stop us. Let me try that again. Let's head straight for the garrison. Finally. A long journey.
All right.
Let us do that.
I assume Beer agrees.
Yeah.
Yeah. No objections.
Let's go.
No. You proceed towards the garrison, and as you get closer, a familiar yet reaffirming and comforting buzzing noise of people chattering begins to resonate loudly throughout the air as you realize that it's a busy trading district within the garrison walls. You're on a dirt road leading straight through a gate. Carts are seen driving by from side to side within, and the 2 sleepy guards are standing at attention at the garrison wall.
Do we just walk through?
Of course. I just start walking ahead.
The guards do not seem to wake up from their midday slumber. Take heed of you. You proceed directly into the garrison, where bustling street life is emerging. While not as civilized as Eastwatch, it's mainly dirt roads and carts dragging up the road with them as they go by. Several stalls of people and people trading back and forth. And in the distance, several ship masts of boats currently docking at this garrison. And this is what meets your eye.
Ooh.
Oh.
A nice little quaint town.
A nice little in development, quaint town.
Would I ever have gone here back in my days as a courier?
When you were traveling the rivers, this place was only a few houses and served as a restocking point. It has since then developed quite a bit since.
It's really come far.
If you say so.
At that point, you had heard nothing of this son of a duke, Edmund Swan, or his father. Seemed to have been just a small village at that point.
Yeah, I mean, I remember when this was just, bit of a small village place.
Well, that must have been a long time ago.
Yeah. It wasn't really that long when you think about it, but, it was some time ago, yeah?
The scene is yours. What are you up to?
Do we do some trading? I need some. I need some health potions for sure.
Oh, that makes 2 of us.
Okay, let's look
Also
around.
need to restock on my rations, get a new bed sheet, one broken the ice, and else a little bit more oil.
look around to see if there's any shops or such nearby.
Plenty of trading stalls around. And as you walk in, you see a crowd centered around something in the middle of this trading area. Bustling
Ooh, what's that
sounds, happy noises. People are just having a good time, clapping their hands.
Let's check it out. I walk up to the crowd, see what's going on.
As you make your way through this dense crowd of people, a familiar sight meets your eye. Edmund Swan and his entourage are standing in the streets, telling about their most recent exploits. And as he, by pure coincidence, makes eye contact with you, that's where we're gonna end this episode.
No.
No.
Also, who the fuck is Edmund Swan?
He's a noble.
You'll
from
learn.
Eastridge.
He's a nice guy.
No, he's pompous.
He's
Oh,
one of the
no.
good guys.
Being pompous, what a crime. It's not like he's torturing children,
We don't
committing
know that.
experiments on people. Being genuinely evil. No, he is just pompous.
He charmed me once.
Oh no! With the spell?
Yeah.
Oh, shit happens, you know?
Well, she started telling the other part of the story that she was being obnoxious.
I was being perfectly
Yeah,
polite.
I was actually figuring that out, that she probably deserved it.
Hmm. Anyway.
But it's good to hear that we'll be dealing with a real charming fellow.
Mhm. You and him might have a lot in common, who knows?
Who knows?
Mhm. Anyway,
That was a lot of RP session.
a lot of RP. It was good to play D&D again.
Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely.
It felt
looking
like
forward to
it's
next
been a
session.
whole year.
Oh god.
Okay, look, I used
was
that
too
once,
much.
okay? No, I've used
Uh.
that one once in this group so far, okay? The first time is acceptable for that joke on New Year's, okay, guys?
See you guys next year.
Alright, see you guys next year.
No, wait, what?
Unlucky.
Unfortunate.
Ah,
Well, thanks for the session. It was fun. I'm looking forward to next month.
Yep.
Ditto.
Next
good section.
week,
for the
let's
sesh.
go.
Yeah.
All right.
Night.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, Mental Jen.
Mental men.
All right, chat. Thanks for watching, and we'll be back next Thursday. See you then. Bye bye.